What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of the Banner Report podcast. My name is Cody Adams. I am your host, and I am here with my co-hosts, Steve Crowley and Jacob Pierce. We are coming to you live on February 18th, 2026, right off the All-Star break. And what an All-Star break it was. I mean, incredibly high highs and incredibly low lows. And we'll talk about them all coming up. But guys, how are we doing today?
I'm just
How are we
glad
feeling about it?
my burner about talking about the Banner Report podcast.
Really? Yeah. I mean, all positive things, I hope. Steve's got the Banner Report. You're the heading up the goddamn burner account for the Banner Report. You're like, I can never get a fucking word in with this guy. Tell the host to shut the fuck up.
Says like really specific stuff about the courts back in the day and stuff. It's like this is just like back when Steve used to bust Cody's ass at the courts.
Cody can't even use his left hand. I mean, what is he doing talking about a hoop? It's crazy. Yeah. But yeah, there's a lot of drama kicking up. I mean, the NBA can't cease without going like a day without being needlessly dramatic. It's just the most dramatic sport we have. It's not the most violent. It's not the most watched. It's not the least, it's the most dramatic at its very core. But guys, our Celtics are still in second place, 35-19, right? JB was in the All-Star game, played very well until the last game, but the last game was sort of like whatevs, this is over. But JB performed. You had Ron Harper Jr. in the Rising Stars game. So there's nothing really to talk about with the Celtics outside of one major thing that's coming up, and that is the return of number 0, Jayson Tatum. There's a lot of heat. I don't know why, but outside of the NBA rescheduling that March 1st game against the Sixers from 6 p.m. to prime time, I think that's sort of what maybe kicked off the speculation, but it got exacerbated around when they showed the Tatum documentary. There's more heat coming out about it. Just feels like he's returning in the next 2 or 3 weeks. And I mean, where do we want to go from there? Like, obviously, I think we're all pro if he's pro. Nervous. I'm nervous about it. I mean, straight up.
I mean, I think I don't think there's any chance. I don't think there's any chance he doesn't come back on that game. I mean, they bumped a Thunder Mavericks game for us for prime time for a Sixers Celtics game. Like that's
the Mavericks are completely tanking.
But you also have the number 1 overall pick Cooper Flagg, who's on an absolute heater versus the best team in the league. Like that's a much more marketable game than JB versus VJ Edgecombe.
Fair.
So
fair point.
I think there's really doesn't come back.
Yeah. I mean, his birthday's what, March 6th?
I think it's like the 3rd or something like that. It's like right in that area. It's not too far off of when that game is. And he wants to come back home. That's a home game against the Sixers that night too. So
yep. The Sixers and the Celtics March 1st, 8 p.m. Then March 2nd, the next day, back to back, we fly out to Milwaukee. March 4th against the Hornets. That's in the home barn. And then 6th, home barn against the Mavs, and then back on the road for Cleveland. So anywhere between that Sixers stretch and the Mavs game on the 6th, our guy's returning.
Yeah, we could definitely see it. And they got the documentary too for whatever fucking NBC. That 5-part documentary series is gonna end like that day, I think, on the 1st. I think it's when the last one comes out, so Jesus Christ, talk about a fucking ramp up to get the guy back. I mean, I feel bad. I'm gonna feel bad if he doesn't like play unbelievable, but it's gonna be understandable.
Yeah. I mean, and that's the thing. I just like, obviously it should be a very like, oh my God, this is a fucking like act of heroism moment almost, the way he's rushed back to the team, and like it's a Herculean effort, like straight up. It's very impressive what he's doing, if he's doing what we think he's doing, which is just playing basketball, 8 months after he tore his Achilles, like prime time basketball, ready for the playoffs, hard-nosed hoop. Like that's never been done. I can't imagine that's ever been done before in any sport, let alone. So we might be witnessing like a historical moment in that aspect. Obviously, as a fan of the Celtics, you add the top 5 player in the league back to this lineup, that gets you hyped for championship hopes, like straight up championship hopes, when he comes back. But the thing is that every time, we've just been hammered so much over the head with the fact that this is not going to happen. Like, there's no real way this is going to happen. It's just medically impossible. It's not realistic to expect a guy in his 20s to bounce back and, within the calendar year of this happening. So it's like there's a lot going against it, and I feel nervous about it. The expectations are real high, and not to mention the whole aspect about how fitting into this team, which is a completely different team than the team he last played for against the Knicks. He's going back into a team with a certified number one hooper in Jaylen Brown. There's just so much riding on this moment.
Yeah. I mean, what works in our favor is his, obviously, as we all know, his play style. He's just so malleable, and he's one of the players you can introduce to a new system and you be confident about it. But also that we're doing so well too. We don't need him to go off immediately. Like, he can really take it easy. It's nice that it's not almost like a panic button press where we're falling out of the top 4, and it's almost it'd feel much worse if Tatum was coming to save us versus he's coming to just boost us. You know what I mean? It's not as much pressure as if we were on a skid and it almost felt like a desperate attempt to save the year or something. It's he'll obviously be. I wonder what restriction he'll get. What do you think? 20 minutes maybe, first game. We'll see. Something like that. He can just be easy. He can just be his smart self in a little lesser role for a bit, and it just would help regardless, which is amazing because we have Tatum. It's awesome.
Doesn't that worry? I hate to be such a narcissist or a negative Nancy or whatever you want to call it. If he comes back to this team at 20 minutes a game and they're fine minutes, they're not Jayson Tatum minutes, they're fine. Damn, I'll even say good. But the vibe of the team has shifted. Whereas obviously the team is just used to playing against JB, the action flows to him now. I don't know. That makes me worried about these guys together going forward. I could see it down the line being this maybe it was where the split occurred, started with these guys. And I have no reason to believe that because every single piece of thing I've seen, they've said that every ounce of literature or analysis on is that these guys they're like brothers. They love each other and they've won with each other. And so it's just, I can't help but be a little bit worried if maybe emotions get flared because of this.
I'm not going to be too worried about it. I think that they're going to ease him back in. I think he's probably going to play half his minutes with JB, half his minutes without JB. That way, hey, we can play through JB still, and you can learn how to play off of him. And then that other half of the minutes you're playing, you're going to be hey, we're going to play through you and start getting you back into rhythm. And you got to figure hey, he plays 20 minutes a game. That's 20 minutes that you're taking off of Jordan Walsh or Sam Hauser or one of these bench guys that's getting some minutes here, and that's an upgrade right there. If he just does the same things as those guys do anyways, just better. He's a better shooter than maybe not a better shooter than Hauser because Hauser's a fucking sniper, but
that's what he does.
He's he's a
40% 3-point shooter. It's he's there's a handful of guys that are better than him at shooting.
Well, you can still play, you go back to Rookie Tatum. Rookie Tatum was a 40% 3-point shooter because he's playing off the ball. It's hey, just get back to that. Let it fly.
Tatum's a great 3-point shooter. I feel good when he's going, but statistically he's not. He's good.
Off dribble threes. He's not getting a lot of off of catch and shoot threes. So when he looked back in his rookie year, he was getting a lot of catch and shoot threes. He was knocked down. So I think if he can get back a little bit to that, ease his way back in with those, I think it's going to be great. And he's still going to be a defensive dog. You can ease him back in. You guys.
Is he though?
Hey, if you ease him back in at 20 minutes a game, he's going to go out there and even if he's not playing all out, all NBA level defense, you can still switch him 1 through 5 and be competent in that. And that helps out a lot if you got Vucevic out there who can't guard a fucking wet paper bag. I'm not really.
No, I think we're a little too harsh on Vuce. I mean, he's just slow, dude. But I just want to. I'm sorry. Finish your thought. I don't want to cut you off.
It's he's just. I think he's just like Jacob was saying. He's the most malleable superstar in the league, and he's already knows how to play off ball from when he was in the first couple years in the league. Now it's hey, we're gonna mix in a little bit of that with a little bit of on ball. We're gonna see how you guys are working together now that JB's where he's at, the level that he's playing at, and easing Tatum back in with only half and half minutes with JB will be just perfect for them to figure out like a flow together before we get into like the playoffs.
Yeah. Like I expect that to happen too, and I think that's right. I think that's how it should be. We should approach it. I just feel like we're basing a lot of this information off of, and it goes in hand with what I'm about to say, is that we're basing a lot of this off of what we last saw Tatum. Like we last saw this team with Tatum, we last saw how it worked, we last saw how he played. We are now in uncharted waters. We don't know. I mean, as much as we can say he plays like this, his mentality is X, Y, and Z. We just haven't seen it on the court. And I think that's why it's like there's a real chance this could go really well or really poorly, I think. Or it's fine. I have no idea what to expect, and I don't think anybody really should have an idea what to expect other than JT when he steps on the floor for the first time in March.
I mean, one positive thing to remember is that he did work well in Ime's system, which was definitely more defense. Like he's at least survived multiple. He's thrived in multiple identities. It's because we do remember obviously the championship year and the year after that, but that was also kind of a new identity in its own because we had all these superpower weapons. Like we were kind of a scrappy team before all that. Yeah. So you just kind of have to reach back, but also it's pre ACL, so you never know. Like that's a unknown regardless. But at least he has survived in a team that kind of not the same. Like I'd say this is a better version of it because I think Joe's better than Ime. But
I'd say I wouldn't disagree with that.
He was part of that great defensive scheme at least, so he can be a dog.
Yeah, no, like he's one of the best defenders, if not straight up the best defender on the team, just for sheer size. That he has and athletic ability, and I have no doubt he's like got the dog mentality. I know he does. That ain't the question. Is will his body be there to match that?
Yeah.
And listen, I'm doing is just voicing the little naggy worst part of everybody's psyche. I mean, like, what if this fucking goes awful? Like, what if this is wrong?
This is you're like you got to put on like a Felger and Maz hat when you go contrarian mode. You're just spitting their takes.
You're looking meatball.
Yeah, it is. This is like Felger and Maz 101. I mean, listen, I listened to the guys for years. They actually are like, they won't tilt it towards the end where they analyze where they're coming from, which is the negative spot side of the argument. I admittedly, I want this to go well. I don't know if it will. I just as much as I don't know if it will go poorly. So I don't have no idea. I'm hopeful for it, and I believe in this guy. Straight up.
I just can't see it going poorly. Like,
maybe,
especially with everything that we've heard from Tatum talking about how like he's conscious of how this is like Brown's team and how well they're playing and not wanting to fuck it up. Like, he's conscious of that before he even gets back, and he's voiced that opinion multiple times. Like, I can't see him coming in and just being like, "Oh, like let me get the ball, get out of the way." Like, there's gonna be times where he's gonna do that. Like, there's gonna be a little bit of a learning curve, like you were talking about, but I don't think that that's gonna like last the whole rest of the season into the playoffs and like really just down this team. Like even if Tatum comes back at like 60% of what he is, he's like the best role player in the NBA. And like you just
yeah, seriously,
like, you took away like half your role players' minutes and gave to that guy. Like, all right, great, sweet. Like we just got better.
Yeah, it's like Jayson Tatum and then like the Thunder's 6 through 9.
Yeah, basically.
Yeah,
man. We also got Vucevic coming on the second half of the season too. So like,
there's a lot of mechanics at play here with just the team. You know,
yeah, it's gonna be interesting. Have to see how everything just kind of like melds, and like we're gonna get some actual practices too, like over the All-Star break. Like people
just play the Bulls again. They'll give you a fucking free practice.
I mean, people will talk about like we got Vucevic. He had like 3 games before he even had like a practice with the team, and it's like, oh, well, why isn't Vucevic not playing as well? It's like the guy's like trying to learn a new system on the fly against other professional players. Like,
if anything, I was impressed as fuck because he got it pretty fast from just playing games. It felt like, if anything, it was impressive that he was already like such a good playmaker.
A wicked smart player. He's been in the league for so long. He's played in so many systems. I'm assuming going from Orlando to Chicago and wherever else in between.
With some inept coaching, like he's gotten it done.
Yeah, I mean he's probably had multiple seasons with multiple coaches where he's had to learn multiple like systems.
So the Magic.
He's a pretty smart player. I think he's going to fit in perfect, obviously. And him and Tatum, I think that's going to be another thing when Brown's on the floor. I think it's going to be a lot of Tatum and Vooch, which is going to open up a lot for Tatum. Like run that.
I think the number one test of like the number one test of smart, like if this player is smart or not, is their ability to make passes, and he's exceptional at it. So I think he's probably got a good basketball brain going for it, like Tatum, exceptional passer. All of these get LeBron. Obviously, he's the prime example. But yeah, so I think he is a smart player. Just to agree with that. They're all smart. I think Mazzulla doesn't let any dummies play. Like we're not signing Cam Thomas to a 1 year deal and having him come in just to do what he does. These are guys who have they know they have specific roles and capabilities, and they're going to play that in the system. And they're going to try, and it's going to give them a chance to win something big, So.
He does a great job with players too. That coming in like Anthony Simons, like he couldn't really get off the bench in the beginning of the year, and like he found his way into the starting lineup a lot of times because like good coaching, like teaching him what he needs to do and showing him how to do it. Like that's a sign of good coaching from top to bottom right there. Because a guy that's not known as like the best defender or like the most willing passer, like comes out and now all of a sudden he's like starting for your team on a team that doesn't take that for granted. Like it's good coaching right there.
Yeah, and Mazzulla, somebody said it over break. JB, I think, said that Mazzulla's, he said coach of the year. Obviously, that's his player. That's his coach, so he's going to say that. But it's going to be interesting to see if more like national media start saying this stuff. We've obviously been saying it for months now, but we watch every single game. These national guys, not really. A la Stephen A. Smith saying Terrence, whoever the Patriots deep coordinator was at the start of the year, and then unfortunately he had a fight with cancer and had to step down. It's been Zach Kerr, who actually just got promoted to DC for the Pats this week. But that's just, we'll see with Joe Maz. I'd like to see what his odds are. I'll look those up.
I mean, I know Zach Lowe's been giving him a little bit of credit on his podcast, talking about he should be in the running for coach of the year. Every time he brings up the Celtics, he brings that up because Zach knows ball. Like Zach's one of the few national guys who watches every fucking game, I feel like.
He's got a very good bellwether, for sure, on like the league, the tempo of the league.
Our success has to be explained somehow. Like how are we shocking the world this year? If it's not JB MVP, it has to be Joe Maz coach of the year. So like it's one way or the other, honestly. Like how are we doing this? How are we somehow the second seed at this point?
It's like everything. He got handed an entirely new team.
Yeah.
Like mid coach. He didn't expect it to happen. Mid whatever. He just got thrown midstream. He got thrown an entirely new team to coach, and he's exceeded with this team. He's coached 2 teams, Joe. Yeah, 2 teams in his career, and both are winning at exceptionally high levels. So,
yeah, he's somehow not hurting his career win percentage that much this year, even though this felt like the year that might take a stab at it. How it's like 4th all time, or even maybe 1. I forget exactly. I just know he's like top 4 because they showed like the top 4 of them. But he has like a 70 career win percentage or something ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
I think like 78% of the time he wins on back-to-backs too, or something like that.
Yeah, it's crazy. You said that last week, I think, right?
Yeah,
there's a crazy number of back-to-backs.
That just means he's consistent. If he's winning the same amount, like it doesn't matter. He doesn't like approach game differently. Like a regular game or a back-to-back, he's the same winning percentage basically, which is insane.
Oh, I think he's taken a very serious. Like I think that goes to show that how much he takes his game planning seriously. I feel like with a lot of these guys on back-to-backs, or if their teams are like just good, they'll be like, all right, we'll put Saro and just play around him. We're probably not going to win this game because we're resting, 3 of our guys. But Joe Maz is like, no, we're going to beat them this way, even without X player.
With like we did the Rockets. But he doesn't see schedule losses like we do. We say it, and then he just is like, if he listened to our podcast, he'd actually probably get pissed at us sometimes when we're like, oh man, that's a loss that back-to-back. He'd be like, what the fuck are y'all saying?
He yeah, man, he literally fights to the bitter end too. Like he'll make substitutions, he'll sub the entire starters out if they're dogging it. We've seen it this year, and put the bench guys in, give a spark of energy. Like he's gonna fight to the bitter end. He's not gonna fold up if by the end of the first it's like ugly. He's gonna try and come back and claw his way back and win. JV Bickerstaff in first place. Jordan Ott in second place, and Joe Mazzulla in third place, according to DraftKings right now.
Only
I mean,
if
JB Bickerstaff's going to be hard.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know.
Especially-
The fucking we all thought the Pistons were going to be really good this year. We all thought they were going to take another step, like after last year and how well they played. Like, I don't think anybody looked at the Celtics and said they're going to be a 2 seed this year.
No, but that is kind of hard to be like he did a better job coaching when the other team is like 4 games in front of that us. You know, like, can you really give it to the second seed in the conference?
I mean, you can when you lost 5 of the top 9 players from the year before.
I hear you. Listen, it's just gonna. I'm just thinking nationally.
Yeah.
How it's gonna play out.
This just really depends how the Pistons. If the Pistons end the season crazy and have a crazy win percentage where they're like at the Thunder record, it'd be pretty tough. But we'll see.
And I say that as Jordan Ott, whose team's currently in 7th place in the West, but like has done such a great job with the Suns.
I'd love him. I'd love that to be the top 3. Like, because I'd love them getting a shout out. But yeah, they probably wouldn't. They're not. I feel like they shouldn't even be second. Like they should be top 2, Joe and Bickerstaff, and then the distant like honorable mention third Ott, who has done an amazing job. But yeah, it's like still 7th seed.
It's weird. It's like the both sides of the argument. JB Bickerstaff is like the pure analytics numbers. Just this guy was the best coach in the league this year because his team did this. And the other one, Jordan Ott's like, this guy is in 7th place and like a fringe playoff team in his own conference, but he did such an exceptional job coaching this team of nobodies to like relative success. And Joe's smack in the middle of both those guys, I think. Me, in terms of the arguments, like he does both, and that's why he's the coach of the year, is that he's both sides of those coins.
Yeah, I mean, the funny thing is too, I'd say before this year there were probably a decent amount of people that put Booker over JB though. So the Suns do still have some talent. I don't think that's the case for most people now, and I don't think we would have put Book over him. But obviously, like I bet if you saw national player ranking, that would have been the case though. So it's like the Suns are working with stuff, but they have a way harder conference. We can't front about that. That's for sure.
Yeah, that's like it is very impressive what Jordan has done.
Yeah.
But our Celtics, the coach is going to be tested this week or upcoming week. I'll tell you that. You start off on a West Coast banger road trip. You're playing the Golden State Warriors on the 19th at 10 o'clock. So, Steve, hit the DVR button. You'll be up for the end of the game, actually. February 22nd, Steve's birthday. Los Angeles Lakers, 6:30 p.m. That's going to be a good game.
Hopefully everybody plays. I mean, last time I played the Lakers, they had we were on the second night of a back-to-back, and then the Lakers were on the second night of a back-to-back where they played it like in Minnesota the night before, something stupid. So it was like, what the fuck are we doing? Nobody played.
It's going to be, that's a losing game, trying to predict what starting 5 the Lakers are going to roll out there on any given night.
They're really hard to guess. Like, you never know what the fuck's going to happen with their 5. They sit either LeBron, Reeves, or Luka randomly, it feels like.
It's their home barn, so it'd be a little upsetting to get crushed by your NBA rivals, historical rivals. But we'll see. I mean, who knows? There's a lot of steam with LeBron potentially leaving this team, so maybe he will sit out. I imagine Luka will play. Then we see Jordan Ott on the 24th against the Phoenix Suns. What should be an easy W is probably not going to be with that team. Dylan Brooks fight watch. I imagine him and Joe Mazzulla are going to be bumping noses that night.
The fucking JB are going to be going crazy on each other.
Yeah.
I just want every Celtic to make it out with all their limbs attached, please.
Let Jordan
that's a scrappy team.
Like, let him make up for earlier in the season. Let him do the fighting.
I mean, Dylan Brooks is basically a WWE like character to me. Like, I can't wait for him to play the Celtics. It's just kind of funny to watch Dylan Brooks, honestly, at this point.
Like, he does all the gritty, dirty, grimy shit, but he also is a winning player on top of it. So
I haven't seen him hurt anyone either, right? I can't think of anything. I feel like he's not necessarily dirty.
I can't even call him dirty. Yeah, I mean, he gets ejected for like.
I know what you mean. Yeah.
I know
what you mean.
It's never because like he flagrant somebody or like he never cheap shot at anybody like that. Yeah.
He's kind of like conscience, like Draymond with a conscience.
yeah. He's like emotionally dirty. He's like he like does very superficial, dirty stuff where he'll just be like almost like hitting someone at the free throw line so they jump over the line. Like he doesn't like injure people, but he's like being a bastard out there.
He's 100% trying to get in your kitchen. Everybody's kitchen on the floor.
It's almost like Lance
times.
Stevenson. Like Lance, I don't remember. Lance didn't go under people, but he was just blowing in LeBron's ear. Like Dylan Brooks wants to do that so bad. I bet that'd be such a good nod.
And anybody who plays that way gets the dirty. Like,
yeah,
they start leaning towards, is he dirty or not? And, you know, there's Steve and I obviously have had quarreled on this, but it's the eye of the viewer.
Yeah.
I mean, what's the word, the opposite of like the foul baiters? Like, what do they call that in the NBA? The
rage baiter, almost.
Altruistic hooper. Like, what do they call him?
Yeah.
Like that. Like he's fucking altruistic. Draymond.
Yeah, he is altruistic Draymond. He's legal good. He's legal good chaos or whatever the fuck.
Chaotic neutral.
Chaotic good.
Yeah,
he's chaotic good. That's what he is. Ethical, Steve. That's what
ethical. He's ethical Draymond.
That's like the freaking. Dude, the Nuggets are the most ethical team. That always shows up like the players with like the 50-point games with the least amount of free throws. It's basically like Aaron Gordon, Jamal, and Jokic. Like what the fuck? Because like they've done it recently too. Like Aaron Gordon and Jamal, I think, had 0 free throws for the 50-point game. It's insane.
He's like, and it's funny because Jokic looks like a mid-taxidermied polar bear after every game. Like, you know, parts of him are just big, blistering, and white, and the other half of him's like bright red with like slashes going through his skin.
Yeah.
Very funny. And then, we'll see the Nuggets on the second night of a back-to-back, so that'll be a tough matchup. Probably an L.
Phoenix to Denver, too.
Yeah, to play an elevation. Fuck.
Going from, I think Phoenix has really low elevation, too, to like
I think so.
high elevation. Don't expect anybody to play in that Denver back-to-back, honestly. I think that might be. I mean, Joe's going to yell at us for saying it again, but that might be a schedule loss.
JB probably will not be playing for all 4 of these games, I imagine.
Yeah, he'll get the Lakers and the Suns. I think that's probably going to be what it is.
I'm expecting 2-2 on this road trip. 2-2 is a win. Just a straight-up win.
Yeah. I think we win I think 2-2 easily, and then or 3-1. I think we win the first 2, and then I think we just go 3-0 and then lose to the Nuggets. But I could see 2-2, obviously.
I'm with Jacob on that one. Yeah, I mean, Golden State, they're free falling. You should be able.
Steph is always a nightly decision.
With LA that you're going to get up for.
It'll be interesting to see KP and Al again. I'd love to see those guys. I just wish they weren't wearing the colors they were wearing, but.
Well, don't worry.
Now it's crazy.
You're not going to see him in those colors. You're going to see him on the bench, so don't worry.
Yeah, true. They might just not play. It'd be disappointing to not see Steph out there, you know, against the Celtics.
I think KP would, like, if KP was healthy, it would be like such a crazy.
It's a scary thought. It's a scary thought. It just never it's never going to show up on paper like we think it will, but the thought of it is really scary. That's like half of Chris Steph's career, though.
Yeah, it's really tough when like your second option is Moses Moody, though. You know, like it's got you're running a lineup. Your lineup's like really solid. It's like Steph, you know, KP. You got Al. You know, also running the dual bigs, and then it's like Moses Moody and you fucking the ghost of Jonathan Kuminga. I don't even know who they're running out there. One of the Spencer Bros.
Dude, Chris Steph has only played 17 games this year.
Yeah, he's that sickness is killing him, dude. Like it
says right now it's the Achilles.
Yeah,
but
I mean,
it has been the POTS all year though. But yeah,
a lot of the POTS, and then like he's already a guy who deals with injuries, and then you got to add that on top of it. It's something that he can't really control. Like he can do what he can to manage it, but that's tough.
Yeah, and Al's still trying out there, although he just doesn't have it, and he doesn't have his will to live on that team, I guess. Like, and it probably kills Al so much that he can't compete for something bigger.
Yeah, I think it was one more bag for Al. We couldn't pay him as much as he got out there, and go out on a fucking nice, live out in Oakland and San Francisco or wherever, and have a nice retirement out there.
Well, you figure he'd probably like at least play one more round of playoff basketball, but
yeah,
that's a dubious proposition with this team.
I feel like
even then, like going there before the season, like, did we really think that the the Warriors were going to be that good this year that they were going to be like a playoff contender, like, or even like a. There was a long shot they weren't even going to make the playoffs this year, even when they were healthy. Like,
No, they were going to make the playoffs this year, I imagine. That team's pretty good.
Oh yeah, I was thinking like 7th seed or something. But
they're currently an 8th seed.
Well, I mean, I was saying there's a long shot even with that team that they weren't going to make the playoffs. So it was like, if I was going to go someplace to try and make a playoff run again, like it was not going to be the Warriors. I don't think it was going to be someplace like
stay in the East for sure.
I mean, straight up, the Warriors probably will make the playoffs this year. Just seeing the teams that are below them.
Look at the teams that are below them that are blowing it up right now.
Literally, they only have to worry about the Blazers and the Suns, and maybe if Kawhi just continues to be the Michael Jordan 2.0.
I mean, like,
who knows,
maybe
man?
The Clippers.
There's 2 more teams in the West that have just put their name into the tanking fucking hat, like with moves today. So
if the Clippers want to tank, apparently they traded the wrong superstar. They should have got Kawhi out of there.
Yeah, no kidding.
That's crazy.
Well, he's serving a sentence right now.
Yeah, this is his punishment. This is this guy pushes the rock up the hill, like that's Kawhi.
Sisyphus, yeah.
That's Kawhi with the Clippers.
Yeah, man. So we'll see with that road trip. 2-2 would be. I'd be fine with anything less than if we lose, that'd be very disappointing.
Yeah, I want to try and get that 40-20 club too. So you need 4-0. You want 40-20 club.
I think you want to keep this positive momentum that we have going as a team up and through when Jayson Tatum arrives, which will be the week after.
Well, this is all us assuming that Jayson Tatum's coming back too.
Yeah, I didn't even ask the question, what if he doesn't come back?
That would suck. For everything we have been talking about, that'd suck.
It'd be like if he does, but like, yeah, I just don't see him not coming back.
There's the ultimate fucking edge. Like, hey, like guys, look, there's a 5-part series coming out about my return. Hey, they moved a game for me. Hey, it's right around my birthday. Hey, look, I'm coming out. No, I'm not coming back. No, you don't get it. You don't get the finish.
Obviously, this is all barring a setback. God fucking forbid it, please.
At this point, I think he's too far in for a setback. He's already playing 5-on-5 scrimmages with other NBA players. Like, if there was a setback, it would have been a lot longer before this.
Steve, you have no idea. You just said that out of your ass. How do you know that? How do you know you couldn't tweak the injury you just had 8 months ago? That's a severe injury.
Well, tweak an Achilles. Like, it's either tear it or it's fucking not. Like, you can't.
No, that's not true at all. All these guys are out with calf contusions because they tweaked their Achilles. Like, there is a way to tweak it.
No, I think Tatum's too far gone past a setback at this point. He's also,
I like the way he's thinking.
Yeah, I'm with you on that. I 100% hope you're right.
He's also buttering up LeBron James for that fucking that Lakers game. He's out there golfing with him in LA.
Don't love that.
I do.
Don't love that.
They're both fucking Nike athletes, so
don't love it.
Jordan. If you're a Jordan athlete, are you a Nike athlete?
Nike owns Jordan, but you're not the same shoe brand technically. I mean, you are.
Yeah, so that's always a little weird.
They're also just buddies, right?
Like, yeah, they gotta be.
Like he's friends with everybody in the fucking league, basically, except for like some guys on the Magic that are fucking dickheads. Like,
yeah,
like when they were fucking hacking him and trying to hurt him that whole fucking series last year.
Yeah. What if I think we all. I didn't ask the question because I think we all believe he's coming back, and we're hopeful that he does. But moving on from the series to bigger topics, we touched on it a little bit. Kyrie out for the year. First time. If I said this fact, would you have believed it before? You might have read it. Kyrie has never missed a full season of basketball.
Yeah, I believe that.
Really? I wouldn't have believed it.
I mean,
I would be like, he must have missed the year somewhere in there.
I mean, he's had some injuries, but a full season, no, he's never missed a full season. There's been years like for the Cavs where like he got shut down early because they sucked so bad, and like there's other seasons where he got hurt early in the season. But like his Duke, he went to Duke, right?
Yeah.
His Duke year, he played like the first 2 or 3 games, and then he got hurt, and then he got drafted. Like there's been a lot of that with him. There's never been a whole season missed. It's honestly kind of hard to miss a whole season in the NBA. The season's so fucking long, like unless you tear your Achilles in Game 7 in the NBA Finals, like Tyrese Halliburton did, like you're probably going to play the next year. So it's.
I mean, Jayson Tatum's cutting it pretty close.
Well, he's on 9 or 10 months.
Albeit the divisional round, right? Like that's when we got bounced. So.
Yeah.
You get 9 or 10 month return on the injury, and you're at about 9 or 10 months right now because I think it was May that he tore it. So, I mean, it's hard to miss a whole NBA season like that. I mean, it sucks for Mavs fans, but at the same time, like you're gonna get a good draft pick this year because you just traded away Anthony Davis, and now Kyrie's not playing, and now it's just gonna be like, hey, Cooper Flag, your usage rate is gonna be like third highest in the league probably for the rest of the year until like we shut you down in May or shut you down in March, I should say.
The more, I guess, juicy question with this piece of information is, have we seen Kyrie's last game as a Maverick?
What's his contract look like right now?
I don't know.
Because
That
that's
would have been a good thing to look up pre-game.
Important. Like, if he's a free agent next year, probably. But if he's signed for the next 2 years, then probably not.
He also seems
even
to
if
love
it's
it there.
signed for like 2 more years.
Yeah.
He doesn't match any timelines they're on.
I don't think he'll ask out.
I mean, he's not going to ask out. Even if he does, like, they're going to tell him, hey, we need you to play so that we can, like, show people that you're healthy so that we can trade you because, like, you didn't play last year like we just talked about. Like,
well, your chances of real quick, he signed a 3-year extension in 2025, so for $43 million. So he's got a pretty big deal. I will just say your ability to move somebody is so much easier in the offseason.
It is, for sure. But you also, like, am I going to move for a 35 now? Like a 35-year-old that just missed an entire year coming off of a torn ACL? Like, how much of it?
100%. What if you're the Bucks? I'd be like, I'll trade you whatever you want picks.
Giannis would fucking tell him just to waive him and so we can get the fuck out of town before Kyrie comes in. Like, he doesn't want to play with Kyrie Irving.
Why wouldn't he want to play with Kyrie? I don't get it.
I
think they'd be a great fit.
Kyrie has never been a good locker room guy, like, in his entire career. Like, Giannis is already fucking halfway out the door in Milwaukee. It's like, why do I want to bring in a guy I have to deal with for 82 games? And it's not going to work. And, like, they tried that with
Bobby Portis, great locker room guy.
Probably an unbelievable locker room guy.
Tell that to Nikola Mirotic, dude. Fucking broke his jaw.
The original Jordan Poole.
Mirotic might have fucking deserved it. We don't know. But
Kevin Porter Jr., great locker room guy.
Hey, like I said, Giannis is on his way out. He doesn't give a fuck anyways. Like,
is Giannis on the way out? Like,
yes, everything that we have is pointed to him being on his way out. Like, we all know.
No, because he keeps staying, dude. Everything we have, if we just go by the trend, is that he's going to be a Buck forever.
And also, if we go by the trend, like, they traded for an old Damian Lillard, and then it didn't work, and he got hurt. Like, if they trade for another old point guard, like, why is he going to look at that and go, oh, this is going to be different than last time?
If Kyrie Irving hits this free agency market, he will be the best player to move. He's the best player on the market.
The trade market?
On the who's available market.
I mean, well, we can't even fucking say that anymore. Luka got traded 1 year out of fucking nowhere, so we can't even say.
Yeah, but that's such an aberration that you just throw it away. That's such an aberration of a trade. It has nothing to do with the trends of the rest of the NBA.
Giannis is going to get traded, so, like, he's not going to be the best player you move to the trade market.
Well, obviously, I was prefacing it with, like, if Giannis doesn't move, Giannis would be the best player to be traded maybe ever. So, yeah, fair. But I just don't think he's leaving.
Look, he might leave the Mavs. Like, I'm not poo-pooing you saying that they're going to trade him, but, like, somebody's going to have to see him play because they want to get some kind of, like, return for it. Because if you trade now a 30-something-year-old coming off a torn ACL that didn't play a game, like, you're going to get, like, what, a first and, like, a fucking role player? Like, maybe? It's like,
yeah, he's a buy low. Nobody going to spend that more than that for Kyrie. Like, his value has never been lower on the market.
If he comes out next year and starts playing well, and, like, then you can trade him for more. Like, that's what
I don't think you have to. Kyrie's not the type of player I'm worried about him on the floor. He's always playing well. Like, he would be such a great fit with Milwaukee.
Well, like you said, he's never
if he was
missed a whole
healthy.
season of basketball. He's missing an entire season of basketball at 30-something years old. He's not getting any younger. He's not going to be in game shape coming back in next year. Like,
I wouldn't worry about Kyrie's shape. He's never been one. He's not Shaq.
Well, I'm not saying, like, he's not going to be able to go out there and play, but, like, he's not going to be, like, at top shape Kyrie because he hasn't played an NBA game. But you can go run as much as you want in the offseason. Playing an NBA game is different.
Fine, fair, right. Okay,
but
like,
should they trade him before he plays again, or should they let him play and then trade him?
Oh, I think it's no brainer the Mavs should trade him.
I'm not saying they shouldn't
It
trade him.
depends
They
on the
should trade
deal,
him,
yeah.
sure, but I'm just saying they should let him play first.
It just depends on the deal. That's for sure. Like if they're gonna get like what the Grizzlies were getting for Ja type offers, where you're like, yeah, it's not worth it. I think you ride it out because they at least have enough flexibility around him. If they were to have to keep him, and he's really the only big deal they got right now, and then they don't have to pay Coop for a bit, so they could still get another pretty decently expensive man.
Is Derek Lively in a contract for a bit? I think he might have got an extension pretty quickly.
I don't think his
Maybe.
extension was like very big though. I don't
Yeah,
think he was like
it's the rookie scale, whatever.
yeah, it's
you
not
gotta
expensive.
think of what they just they just lost so much salary with Davis that they could use. So they got a lot of flexibility there, but obviously he's a depreciating older player. So if you can get something good, but I wouldn't rush to because you might get garbage back.
It's not quite the situation, but like I see it as the Mavericks, especially if Cuban wants to become the owner, then he's going to want to win, right? Like he's going to want to win sooner than not. There is a way you could talk yourself into like, maybe we can be the Spurs, like where we were in the tank for so long, then we got the guy, which the Mavericks appear to have done again, by the way, again. And
It shouldn't have had to.
we could be in the playoffs like pretty quickly. With Flag by the time he turns 22, Wemby's age 23.
Yeah, that's 3 more fucking years because Flag is so goddamn young. He's only 19 years old, I think, still.
And he's that good right now. And the thing about Wemby's, and I know he played like 70 games his first season, but the fact that he has missed so much time and they were so careful with him, they don't have to be, for whatever reason, knock on wood, they don't have to be as worried about Flag's availability in terms of his growth as a player.
Yeah, he's not a giant alien.
He is a giant alien, especially for his position, but he ain't 7'6".
No, yeah, different type of alien.
Yeah, he's more of like the the gray classical aliens. Wemby is like fucking the arrival aliens.
Yeah, as well.
Literally in terms of height. Yeah. So I could see the Mavs wanting to maybe keep him. I think it's probably not wise to bet on Kyrie at 35 years old, his health being better or the same. He's a great player on the floor. And if I'm Milwaukee, I could see myself wanting to be like, all right, we got Giannis for now. And we really don't want to get rid of him because nobody's going to have an offer that is competitive enough. Maybe we just throw him like Kyrie at a relatively reasonable price and try and build from there.
I think it also depends on where they end up in the draft too, because obviously they're going full tank at this point. Like Cooper's going to get shut down in a couple of weeks, and they're going to try and lose as much as they can. So if they get a high draft pick and God forbid if they get another top 4 draft pick and get one of those studs, like I could see them just moving Kyrie in the offseason just because like, hey, we don't need you at this point. Like we just get whatever for you.
Also, I wouldn't pronounce the Bucks dead yet. I wouldn't pronounce them dead for at least making the playoffs this year.
Oh, they'll probably make the playoffs. I'm not. I wouldn't be surprised. I mean, the East is not that strong up top.
Yeah, like they literally got to beat the Bulls, who are obviously full tank. The Hawks, who I think are pretty much folded up for this year. The Hornets, who are obviously going nowhere except up. The Heat, which who knows what they're doing. The Magic, who can't figure out anything.
Toronto's out for the rest of the year too.
Yep.
Yeah, like
well,
they can't figure
indefinitely, but I'm pretty sure that probably just means the rest of the year at this point.
Yeah, I think any chances of them being like a contender for real this year was dashed a while ago. Like they can't get their 2 guys right.
Yeah, so the Bucks will probably make the playoffs, but that doesn't mean that. I mean, Giannis is coming back. He's gonna play again.
Yeah, I was gonna say, are you confident that Giannis wouldn't be able to go on a run here?
Getting that Giannis never actually like formally said he wants to get traded and he's not playing until he gets traded. Because usually when that happens, like they get traded by the deadline, so like you don't have to worry about it for the second half of the year. But he's just been hurt.
Yeah, but I think he's coming back.
Yeah, he's coming back. He was up 4-6, and that was a couple weeks before the trade deadline. So he'll make a run at the end of the year, and they'll make the playoffs. And then they're gonna like, if Giannis is playing like Giannis, like at 8-1, fucking Detroit versus Milwaukee, like that could be fucking Milwaukee could could knock down the number 1 seed.
Yeah, I mean the Bucks aren't dead, but the Mavs for sure aren't this season. So we'll see. Kyrie sucks because obviously he's one of the most spectacular players to watch on a nightly basis, just with what he does.
God, like I was
on the
telling
floor.
Paige, like he might be like a top 3 player in my life that I've ever watched. That's just enjoyable to watch.
It's going to be very interesting, and we'll talk about it in this next segment here. The All-Star format, they're talking about what they're going to do for the Saturday night.
Wait. We got more NBA news, though.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
The Sacramento Kings are tanking, guys. I don't know if you guys were aware of this, but they've decided to shut down Zach LaVine and Domantas Sabonis for the rest of the year.
I thought you were talking about when they announced back in November that they're shopping their 3 stars. That's when they announced they were tanking. Oh, and then I thought at the deadline they would have had moved off of all those stars they said they were going to move off of. No. Oh, it's when Zach LaVine and Domantas both get deactivated for surgeries that they need this year.
Well, to be fair, Domantas has a torn meniscus in one of his knees that he was playing through all year. So, like, I can't say that he doesn't need that. Like,
no, I'm sure, but I'm also sure that it's like the Kings are being like, yeah, go ahead.
Yeah,
go get it. Go get it done now. Well, you're fine.
They lost 14 straight games and they weren't trying to lose. Like, that's so bad. There's teams that are tanking that can't lose 14 straight fucking games.
No, God. No, it must be depressing to be a Kings fan at the moment. That's for sure.
Like the Kings
owners
12 and
14.
Hey, I swear to God, the Kings owners are like, hey, I know that guy's name. Let's get him on the team. Like,
I don't know why people are tanking too, because I have a feeling that the number 1 pick was promised to the Mavs this year too.
Oh,
I think we also got to stop discussing. I think I'm fully on the conspiracy shit with that trade. Like it's funny. I feel like it's not even mentioned as much anymore. But we just got to stop even questioning like the logic of it, because I think it was a back as a deal, 100% that they got the number 1 pick right after they did that. They blew up for LA. It's like, oh God, it's perfect.
So what is this? But what is the overall? What's the end goal with that?
Well,
to save LA
team. Because, like,
yeah,
Rob was getting older. They weren't going to be as good. Luka goes there. You have a new star in LA. Keep the big market happy, and then you get a better pick out of it.
You get
save
flagged.
LA. What's wrong with LA?
Because they were losing LeBron.
Yeah, but that's fine. They're going to go. They've sucked before. They've sucked in our lifetime. Not too long ago, they've been terrible. They were starting a team of D'Angelo Russell and Jordan Clarkson.
That's what the league was looking at, going, all right, well, we can keep LA big and make more money.
There was talk about there's like an overarching scheme here with the new ownership in Dallas, that there was potential, like maybe the Mavericks might move. The Mavericks want to move out of Dallas.
No,
I don't imagine
of the owners of the Mavericks the new owners of the Mavericks buying with the new expansion team, and then Mark Cuban's buying the Mavericks back.
That might happen still. I think Cuban's like clearly throwing his hat back in the ring.
The owners of the Mavericks right now are like huge, like casino conglomerate or casino people. Like they own like casinos and shit. And one of the new teams is going to Vegas, so they're thinking about like buying a new team, putting a new arena with like a fucking casino and everything inside of it and everything. And then Cuban comes back and buys the Mavericks, and then which would be cool because like Cuban, I think, is actually one of like the better owners in the league. I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
Based off of like a perspective of him like being a fan of the game and like wanting like this team to be good.
He revolutionized the way owners are.
Yeah, him and Ballmer. Ballmer's a great owner too. I mean, he's backdoored everything to try and like win. Like, I would love if my fucking owner was doing shit like that. Like,
Cuban's like the proto Ballmer. I mean, maybe not as shady.
Is he ethical Ballmer?
I don't know if you can be a billionaire and be called ethical. That might.
Well, he's got that the drug thing where he sells like the drugs for cheaper to people that need them.
Yeah, he does do some good stuff.
Listen, in terms of billionaires, he's ethical, but I don't think I don't think billionaires can be ethical.
I mean,
but maybe that's more of a commentary on how bad the other billionaires have been.
Yeah.
There's a fucking range for everybody else is ethical, and the billionaires get their own range over here.
Yeah,
billionaire.
Yeah, basically.
You're a billionaire because we let you be. Don't ever forget it. Yeah, man. We'll see. Not with the Kings. The Kings, there's no vision, there's no plan, there's no real anything going on there. Sorry, Sacramento. They're probably. I mean, literally, we keep talking about expansion. I don't know if the league needs to expand. You just take the Kings out of Sacramento, force Vivek to give up his ownership, and just move them somewhere else and be done with that team. That team has been such a nightmare for our entire lives.
Yeah, and the Mavericks have been the opposite. They're kind of they're actually a very like the fans are amazing there too. Like they actually have a good home court advantage. I would like they better not fuck with the Mavericks organization because that would really suck.
No.
As soon as I said that, I was like, "There's no way there's any ounce of truth to that." Dallas is like the fourth biggest sports market in the country.
They're
like,
good.
There's no way they're getting rid of
And they're
any
always
team in
competitive.
Dallas.
Like they're always trying to win. You know, they don't really tank ever. I can't remember the last time we ever saw them just be like, "Hey, we're just gonna suck."
You're literally watching it.
Well,
That's true.
now
This is the first time.
this is the first time I've seen it in forever. And like it's also like one of those years where it's like Kyrie was hurt all year and AD was hurt basically all year because he's always hurt all year. So it was kind of like, what else can?
Well, they must have sucked to get Luka.
Yeah, so that's what I was thinking. Like the only time they could have ever sucked was to get Luka, but like where they tanked,
Even then, he was like the
or were they
sixth
just-
pick.
Like I always think there's a difference between tanking and just being bad.
And they kept Dirk. That honestly might have just been the end of Dirk's run, just making the team just suck.
I think that's right.
Yeah,
That's like what the
because
Warriors.
they had 1 year. They had 1 year overlap.
Like what
Yeah.
the Warriors are doing with Steph, but they're not going full tank to actually get a good pick. Like they're like, hey Steph, we're gonna give you like a decent team around you so that we can not get a good pick, and then we can ride off into the sunset being the 10th seed in the West every fucking year. That's
It's a little bit different because Steph is still a 30-point per game scorer. Like
Yeah.
he's still very good right now, and it's like kind of shameful that
Yeah,
That's
Dirk
what
needed a
Ross
cane.
did.
Dirk was like needed a walker.
Dirk was washed. Yeah, he was done. Maybe it's just the height difference.
I think they put Dirk around just because they knew they were going to probably get like a Luka or something like that. And they're like, hey, Dirk, can you just stay for one more year and just train with this kid and show him like there's not a more consummate professional than Dirk. So like show him the ropes, teach him some new moves. Because I mean, Luka got all the fadeaways off the post. And I feel like he definitely learned a little bit of that from Dirk.
I wouldn't say Luka's been the consummate professional.
No, I say Dirk is though, but.
No, I know. I was just wondering if that teaching went on like deaf ears. Or maybe Luka just couldn't like speak the language that well yet.
Well, I wouldn't be surprised if you told me Dirk spoke 3 languages and one of them Luka spoke 2. So
I think Dirk definitely. I think he speaks multiple languages. Obviously,
Those
German,
two.
English.
if he speaks Spanish, then him and fucking Luka can get along perfectly because Luka's fluent in Spanish too. Because playing in Real Madrid for fucking 10 years or whatever the fuck he was over there for.
I don't know. I don't know how many languages Dirk speaks, but his fucking game spoke for him. Speaking for you.
You guys hear fucking Gilbert Arenas say that fucking Tim Duncan wasn't that good because he only had like 10, 40-point games in his career or something like that?
What do you want from me? I think that's the stupidest thing I've heard this week.
It's up there. It's for sure.
That's like the dumbest thing I've heard in a while.
Dude, I hate how Brandon Jennings is becoming like a Gilbert Arenas light now too. If you've noticed, like he's a bad takesman too. We've felt it because he's been a weird like Tatum hater. That I feel like so.
Bad takesman is funny. That's exactly what they are.
Dude, it's such their job is just to kind of get us mad. That's literally the whole job is to get clicks via bad takes. Like for Jennings had that Tatum fucking whole thing last year where he just kept saying he's not a superstar or whatever. And then I feel like Gilbert's on the same way. He just kind of picks people and just starts making fun of them forever.
Isn't Gilbert? Doesn't he have like off the court stuff all the time? Off the court, he's been off the court for years, but like still, he's like getting in legal trouble. Like he's just like, dude.
Was he in the
gambling
gambling
relevant, but Jesus, dude.
No, I don't think so because he wouldn't still be doing his podcast with all the fucking gambling partners and everything. I don't know. Like I know I say some fucking stupid shit and some hot take shit, but like I have some like facts and things to back it up. Like he's just saying shit to say shit half the time. It's like yeah, Tim Duncan, 5 fucking rings. How many all defenses, a defensive player of the year, an MVP. Like, yeah, no, that guy was bad at basketball because he didn't put up 40 in a game more than 10 times or something.
Just a correction, he was involved in the gambling stuff. He was indicted in July 30th of 2025.
He's in that gambling shit too? Indicted, does that mean that you're charged? Or does that mean that
I think he ratted.
questioning? Oh, he
yeah.
snitched.
I think it's like, yeah, he probably was brought in and going to face trial, and then he probably copped a plea because there's like billionaires that are involved. I don't know, Gilbert, that was shitty, but this guy's not prone to being shitty at times, obviously.
Yeah, he brought guns to a locker room after all.
I mean, that's a horrific take.
Yeah, it's so stupid.
That's just so dumb.
That fucking show is just so full of stupid takes.
So Tim Duncan was not a good player. Is that what his final, like, where he landed? What's the take again?
It was something like, I don't remember if it was him or if it was Rashard McCants on that show. He was saying some dumbass
That
shit.
takes me not. Yeah.
Or Nick Young, dude. They literally, it's just the room sucks.
It was the
dude.
fucking show to bad takesman, basically. But like, it was like, oh well, somebody said that's. I can't remember. It was like somebody passed him in 40-point games, like all time or something like that. And I was like, oh, Tim Duncan's only got like 12 all time, like 40-point games, and I was like, oh, he could have been that good then. Like, he's like, the fuck are you talking?
Just because he didn't
20
score
and 15 every fucking night.
I was gonna say, yeah.
All NBA
His
level
game-
defense. Like,
his game wasn't conducive to breaking points records, dude. He didn't shoot threes that much. Like,
and it was also the Spurs. Like, the Spurs moved the ball around and like fucking
yeah,
it went through nobody the whole game.
count how many rings that guy has, and that's how many more times better he is than Gilbert Arenas ever could have imagined he was as a basketball player. It's like, the guy's resume speaks for itself. Stop.
Tim Duncan's resume is better than that entire fucking show's resume combined.
Dude, he was winning MVPs in the fucking Kobe, Shaq, Bron era. He's 2, actually. I always forget that. He's 2 MVPs. He has less defensive player of the years than he should have. I think he's like 1 or none.
That's what I always get mixed up. I think he has
but he's 2
no,
but he's 2 MVPs. Yeah. Which is crazy. I think at least. But he is 1 at least. I know that.
That's
but like,
crazy.
yeah.
and he's one of the greatest defensive players to ever play still.
Yeah.
Like,
doesn't he have like 12 all defensive teams?
Yeah, I think
Sure.
Paul's got like 9 too.
Chris Paul was a steals champ for like multiple years of his career. Like, he was legitimately perimeter defense. He was the best in the league at it for a while. Not named
I don't know if I
Rondo.
can give steals champ good defense because James Harden wins steals champs a lot, and like he's not. You wouldn't say he's a top fucking defender in the league.
When he wants to be, was one of the better defenders in the league for his position.
I mean, let's not forget that
I've died on that hill 100 times.
Tim Duncan also got MVPs over Steve Nash too, so like, let's not forget about that guy who won for some fucking reason in that.
Dude, guess how many All NBAs
Well,
he has?
I preface it by saying guard.
16.
He has 15 All NBAs.
Fuck, I was close.
And guess how many All Defensive he has?
17.
14.
15.
Oh,
It's 15 and 15 is, dude. 15 is so clean. Just every year he's that peak was insane, dude.
And think of all the bigs that were excellent. You got your Ben Wallace's, your Tyson Chandler's. Like, you got Marc Gasol. Like, you have
Marcus
Shaq.
Camby.
Yeah, you got like legitimate like legendary dude. KG, hello, like the best defender forward
Think
of all
how
time.
good that era was for bigs in general. You got like Pau Gasol, Marc Gasol, KG, Shaq, Tim Duncan, Dirk. Like, I'm sure I'm missing other like big names like in there. Like,
nobody said Carmelo.
Well, for
Dude,
bigs, I mean, I wouldn't.
Bigs. I thought you meant forwards.
Dude, his durability is insane too. He had a 4-year stretch. He basically had a Jokic stretch where he was top 2 in MVP 4 straight years. And he was playing 82 or 81 games every year.
That's fucking crazy.
And winning.
Yeah.
Which is what matters. So, sorry, fucking stick that in your pipe of smoke at Gil. You're not even the real Agent Zero. He plays for my team.
Hell yeah. Moving
on. Don't kill this transition again, Steve. This will be a 3 times and you're out.
Yeah, but
the All-Star format, you motherfucker. The All-Star format fixed. Guys, Silver did the impossible. You made the All-Star break good, relevant, and for good reasons for the first time in goddamn Jesus, almost 20 years.
It's been terrible for a long time. The only reason that anybody ever watches the All-Star game for the last 20 years is because one of their favorite players is in it.
Yeah. Basically.
And we got a chicken and an egg fucking situation here that Jacob was explaining.
Oh yeah, if it's the were we just saying if it was the format or Wemby basically?
Yeah.
Who was charging it? I mean, I think the format made Wemby do that. Like I think it being international versus US made Wemby extra like antsy to beat the US and be like fuck you and shit talk because he loves shit. That's the thing about Wemby is that he loves shit talking, so he wanted to be able to shit talk about this, and we need that. It was a format that it allows for that. Like back in the day, East and West was like that. Like but with the schoolyard picking, it kind of went away from that. There's no real like, oh yeah, we're beating the other team. It's just like a mishmash of the league at that point. I feel like this at least had like identity versus identity to be able to get beef with.
I want to give all the players credit. I mean, yeah, Wemby is like maybe
too.
he was. Maybe, yeah, and but that's the thing. I think if it was like one player being like, I'm playing hard, he wouldn't have been the only player that played hard in the game. Like, I had no doubt Jaylen Brown was probably going to play hard. Ant was probably going to play hard. The people that were probably going to loaf it up and down were like the Jokic, the KD, the LeBron, and they ended up doing well. Jokic didn't play much.
Luka.
He's like started and sat basically.
Him and Luka both
probably
off of injuries, so like this year I'll give him a pass. But
yeah, but I think that's like
prior years, their record shows that they weren't going to probably try anyway. So
yeah.
Which also, like, if you think about it, hurt the international team. I mean, like you have 2 less guys out there to sub in for your games. So
I mean,
yeah,
if
I mean, Wemby still almost did it by himself.
Dude, he did so well. Like I didn't even notice how like well he shot. Obviously, he was just hitting everything, but he was like only like 30 points on like 4 missed shots or something stupid. Like he wasn't like the other players that were chucking. Like he actually made like he was disgusting. They lost. Yeah, I don't know how they lost that. It has to just be no Shea too. Like
I know how they Giannis. I know how they lost it. They lost it because Kawhi Leonard was the best player on the floor.
That was sick.
Kawhi should have got the MVP, I think, just off of that one fucking game. Like he had 31 points in that 1 12-minute quarter, like in an All-Star game. Like that's pretty impressive.
Yeah, but before we move too far, having said Wemby, he played hard. Obviously, you have a selection of other players that would have played hard. What I think was the thing that fixed it, honestly, I don't think anybody wanted to lose to the international team. I think there was real pride there. Like there's something bigger than themselves to play for. That made everybody sort of buy in. Even on the younger team who ended up winning the whole thing. So there's real like pride and stakes for each individual on the floor and they all played an exceptional ball game up until the last one where it was just the old guys being like, we can't run. It was LeBron and KD and Jaylen Brown running against Tyrese Maxey and, everybody who's 25 and under besides Devin Booker.
And to go out there after all the effort he put in to beat the fucking international team, he's trying to go back out there again to try and beat them. It was like it just wasn't gonna happen. What it is.
If there's just some way we could have had it end with that international versus the old American guys, that would have been just no notes. But the fact that they had to have played one more game, so it was like and the game sucked because it was over quick.
We just see quick like Maxey just quick first step around fucking. That was just like he was just spamming over and over again. Just
he was like the worst player. The person who's like top 100 in 2K, just like plucking the ball on the inbound and just greening it from everywhere.
What about if next year you did 2 international teams, 2 American teams, and then you did like a bracket? You only played 3 games total. Maybe do like 15 or 20-minute games instead of doing 12 minutes.
I'd have it international versus international, and the 2 best, whoever rises from each side of their bracket.
Yeah, that's fair. East versus West style. Yeah, I like that.
And
up to international guys, you could have fucking done it.
A plan. We're gonna have a plan in the All-Star game. I guess we kind of had that anyway.
And that was the peak of the All-Star weekend. That unfortunately was the last day of the All-Star weekend, the Sunday matchup. The Saturday night festivities were pretty dismal, pretty bad. Keyshawn Johnson winning the dunk contest. Damian Lillard winning the 3-point contest. Hasn't played a single second of basketball this year.
Craig Hodges style.
It's ugly on Saturday, I will say.
Yeah, like it's like having a really mid meal and then having a really good dessert afterwards. So you're gonna remember the dessert. You're gonna go back. So like giving us the All-Star game as good as it was at the end of the weekend is the way to go.
It saved it for sure.
And like
For sure.
Saturday, like it's 2:00 in the afternoon in LA. Like, do you really think that you're gonna get people to come in to watch the 3-point shooting competition at 2:00 in the afternoon in LA?
Well, it all started on at 5 p.m. Like nobody won because I didn't even know it was on at 5 p.m. Eastern. It was like I missed it. I had to catch the highlights.
Yeah,
That was weird.
it's like I'm fine with doing the shit in LA, just have like a later start for it.
Yeah.
Right.
I feel
It's
like
like
the two big wins would have been if Steph or Con won, I think. Like if Con wins, it's like the new shooter and it's really exciting, or if Steph wins. But Dame winning, I mean, Dame did technically, but he's just not.
It's kind of great that Dame won.
He
I kind of
did.
love that.
He
like
did, but
3 times.
he's just been a non-factor this year, so it's kind of just out of nowhere. It's not like a story to build on. It's kind of just like it's like the Craig Hodges thing, where he literally was blackballed that year and came in and just shot in a blank jersey.
Yeah, I mean, like the Dame thing, at least like it's his 3rd time winning it though. It wasn't like he was just like random that just got thrown in.
There's that. For sure.
Well, right. And it's also like kind of that might be his last great basketball act as a player, which stinks. But fortunately, he's old and injured. They're talking about fixes for Saturday. I think everybody kind of wants to do the 1v1 tournament. That would be ideal.
Like
Hopefully that happens next year.
the WNBA one is so sick.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, what?
The WNBA Unrivaled, I think it's called, the 1v1 tournament it's so good.
Enlighten me and other people who don't know what to watch the WNBA. What is that? Is it just a 1v1 tournament?
They're doing a 1v1 tournament it's called Unrivaled, and like they just take like the best players and they all play against each other. Games to I think 7. I think the championship might be to 11 by 2s and 3s. You get like a 6-second
Hell yeah.
clock or something like that when you get the ball. So it's like, hey, go to work, go get a bucket. People are talking shit to each other the whole fucking time because it's 1v1.
Oh, imagine Ant against like Jalen.
Yeah.
Like 2 Atlanta guys going against each other, like it'd be so sick. Like,
And then
Yeah, you
Wemby,
know this shit talking.
Imagine Wemby, dude. God damn it.
Steph versus Wemby.
I think Wemby would just win. Unfortunately, I don't even know. Maybe he wouldn't, but Jesus Christ.
It'd be very interesting to see. But also that's kind of like I would love to see that. Like,
Yeah.
You get to see the true tests of the greats. Like, oh, who's beating who on 1v1? Everybody's like LeBron James beats everybody 1v1 every single time just because of his size, speed, athleticism in mind. But would he? Not anymore, probably. But like, you know, the more we get to see that actually play out, the better. I think.
Prime LeBron was like prime Dwight Howard. Like that'd be like fun to watch because like Dwight was so great defensively. Like he could probably get up there and get at fucking LeBron trying to dunk it and shit. Like it would be great to watch. I mean, now we're past his prime, obviously, but I think with NBA you would have to do like almost a size. Like you know, your 4s and your 5s are in one bracket, and then you're like your 3s are in another bracket, and your 1s and 2s are in another bracket. Because like it wouldn't be really that much. Like Luka versus Wemby, like Luka's an all-time great and a great scorer, but like I think Wemby would just like punch his shit half the time just because he's so fucking long. You're playing up, you got 6 seconds to get a shot off, like against a 7'8" fucking alien. Like,
I mean, listen, he eats Rudy Gobert up for lunch at the from distance.
Gobert. Like, let's be real.
Well, he's a lot more athletic, Rudy Gobert, but hey, it works against another 7'4" Frenchman.
But how often can it work in a 1v1?
Well, that's the thing. You'd have to find out. That's kind of why I'm anti go by size. I want to see how, like, let's really put your mind to the use here. Let's see how you figure this out.
They're doing
maybe in the first round. Yeah.
Yeah, if they're doing an All-Star weekend, they'd have to like compact it where you couldn't do like size ones. But like I'm talking, if like they did like an off-season tournament kind of thing, like the WNBA does, like it would be fun to do sizes because like you would actually like, let them all.
You're a size queen. You're saying.
I am.
I get it.
Sometimes you like them big, sometimes you like them small. Like it's a day-to-day fucking thing, you know.
They could do like how they did the skills, where it's like the skilled challenge. Remember when they did bigs and smalls there? They could do like the most skilled bigs, the most skilled smalls.
Then it ended up being Isaiah Thomas versus Karl Anthony Towns in the finals.
Yeah. One person that would be a serious problem in this competition, and I would not rule out if he tried, is Kawhi.
Yeah.
Imagine on defense, like he just like other than Wemby, like I don't know how many people are going to be able to score on him. Honestly,
well, I was thinking more on the offensive side. It's just like he is so clinical. Like he picks a spot and he's shooting there, and he sees it in his mind's eye so good that it's just like you're gonna have to do something really athletic great on defense to try and stop it, and even then it might not matter. You saw that in the All-Star game. He picked a spot, he had it, and he was going to it, and he was going up, and it was in every time.
You would just have to make like a big ass prize at the end to get these guys to do it. Because like none of these guys are too scared to do a dunk competition. Like they're not gonna like put their fucking name on the line to play a 1v1. So you're gonna have to put a big prize at the end.
Well, I'm not expecting a knockdown, tear down brawl. You know, I imagine these guys, you don't have to pay them anything. They're all buddies, like hooping against. They do this all the time, I imagine.
Well, that was true. They would have done this fucking years ago because we've been asking for it for fucking ever. So clearly there needs to be something that they're gonna want to play for.
Change it. Well, maybe. And if then it can't be that much.
Well, these guys are so like they won't do a dunk competition because they're afraid they're gonna get memed on the internet. Like I don't think that they're gonna do a 1v1 tournament and like, oh, I got crossed over. Like after Brandon Jennings got crossed over by Kyrie in the rookie sophomore game. Was it Brandon Jennings? Like when he made him fucking fall on his fucking head.
Brandon Knight.
Brandon Knight, yeah. Like after that, like that was when everybody stopped fucking trying. Like that was brutal. So
I mean, the way they played in the All-Star game, they played hard.
This year was the first time, like in forever, we've seen it. But
also, you're conflating a lot of the issues. The dunk contest, I think a lot of players don't want to do it because there's one guy who doesn't do it, who doesn't hoop. Like, he doesn't play basketball. He's not in the league. And then they bring him up, and he just spends all his time doing like the weirdest shit with dunks. The stuff they're never going to be able to do unless they dedicate themselves or risk injury.
I mean, that guy, Mac McClung is on Bulls roster right now, so he's fighting his way between a two-way to make the league and then still coming up with these dunks at the same time. So, like, if you're already in the league, you can come up with something to beat him.
Like, no, I don't think so. I really don't, because what's stopping Keshad Johnson, who's in the G League, from doing what Mac McClung does? Because he didn't, and he won it. And Mac McClung released 4 dunks that any one of them would have won him the dunk contest.
So they're just not as good as him. So like, be better. I don't know. Like, do something fun. Like,
be better. What the fuck does that mean?
Like, Vince Carter was like an All NBA player, and he was winning dunk competitions. Like Michael Jordan was winning dunk competitions. Like you can do it.
Right.
You can be in the league and still be a really good dunker and win.
But they didn't allow YouTube dunkers to participate. It was just dunkers. Vince Carter going through the legs, which we've seen 100 times, and Mac McClung could do that on top of a 360 windmill finish, like, because that's all he does. So now we've seen the genie's out of the bottle. We've seen what this guy can do with the dunks. He does stuff that nobody else can do, and if they could, they'd have to dedicate a substantial amount of time they don't have because they play basketball to doing it.
You think Aaron Gordon and Zach LaVine couldn't beat Mac McClung in a dunk contest?
That was the last great dunk contest, but those two guys might have possessed the capabilities that McClung has to do it. Like, not maybe, they did, but now they're old and have had injuries stack up the size of the Bible.
Yeah, did they ruin it by being so good that everyone after is like, are we just gonna not be able to do what they did last year?
And that's also like, where do we go with this?
Yeah, we literally peaked. Like, who's gonna do a better dunk than Aaron Gordon's dunk ever again? I don't know if it's possible. The one where he literally is ass at the rim. Like I honestly don't think we could ever feasibly get a better dunk contest than that, and we never have. So it's like
somebody'd have to do flips, like a front flip dunk, which that is probably not physically possible. But Mac McClung might be trying to do it.
Jordan Kilgannon.
Yeah. And I think the dunk contest is like, maybe we just stop doing that until humans take a genetic leap forward.
So we can allow
there's things like the NBA 3-point contest where it's like evergreen, where it's like who can stay hot. Everybody's sort of capped physically at what they can do with that.
Yeah.
I don't know how the fix is. The 1v1 tournament is the obvious fix, and I think that's probably where we're heading. And I hope they play as hard as they did in the All-Star game. But just solid stuff from Silver. Got to give it to him.
Yeah,
for this.
He
gets all the bad, and there's a lot of bad going on in the league, tanking, the stuff with availability to watch games, all that. There's real negativity going on with this stuff, but this seems, for now, to have been alleviated. Because this was also a pressing matter on his plate. So props.
It was good. It was a good All-Star week, the first good one we've had in a couple of years.
Yeah, now I'm looking forward to how they play if they do it again next year. I have something to actually genuinely look forward to with the All-Star break.
It shows the power of Sunday too, because like honestly, the Saturday was all-time bad. But we're saying it's a good weekend just because like the All-Star game really can fix it all if it's just good, because that's really it should be the best product and it just hasn't been. But like when it is good, it's like all that matters, honestly. All this stuff's just side stuff. So other ones are just side games like that are like not supposed to carry the weekend. Should be all the best players playing.
Your fans should have fun watching the thing that they're there for, which is the All-Star game. And everything else is just window dressing. The one thing that wouldn't be is the 1v1 tournament, because then that's also like kind of real. That's real basketball. Which is crazy, Steve, that you said, why haven't they done it before? I don't know. They should have. That should have been always been a thing. I don't know.
Guys don't want to do it. That's why. Like guys, like I said, guys don't even want to do the dunk contest, so they're not going to want to do a 1v1 tournament where they can look bad.
That stinks.
I think the floor is higher though with the 1v1. I think even if we got like Trey Mann, like you know what I mean, like I think the floor is higher. Like it'd be more of a fun to see like
like even guys that are at the end of the bench are like fucking
exactly.
Peyton Pritchard, put him in a 1v1 tournament.
Exactly.
He might fucking win that shit because he's a dog. But like that's another thing. Like Shea doesn't want to go in a 1v1 tournament where he's going to lose to Peyton Pritchard and he's going to get dogged for the rest of the year. Like, oh, you're an MVP, but you can't beat Peyton Pritchard in a 1v1. Like, that's.
But then he should get clowned for that, because.
That's what I mean. Like, you should clown him, but if there has never been a 1v1 tournament for him to not put himself in, then we can't clown him for that either. That's what I'm saying. Like, they got to put a prize at the end for these guys that want to play for it, because, like, if it's not worth them, it's not worth their pride for them to lose.
Would you think it's just a monetary thing? I think the NBA should have no issue with making $1 million prize.
That's what I'm saying. It has to be monetary. What else can you give? You can't give them a fucking car. They'll just go buy a fucking car. They don't want a Kia.
Any implications with like
Peyton Pritchard doesn't even want a fucking Kia. Like he's on like a $7 million a year deal. He doesn't want a fucking Kia. Give the guy
but
something.
I'm saying you don't want any other tangible potential win, like something that could affect how the season plays out.
No, I don't want anything to do with the season for All-Star, because like this is when guys are supposed to be taking a break. If they want to go compete, let them go compete. Like we said, like this is great that they competed this year, but like Luka and Jokic coming off of injuries, I don't want them to be like, oh, I have to go try and win a 1v1 tournament on a fucking ankle that's bothering me because my team will get a better seed in the playoffs. You know what I mean? Like that doesn't make sense.
Fair. Yeah, it should be fun at the end of the day. I agree. If you've seen players play for money with the tournament, go ahead.
I was going to say, maybe it's an auto bid for the play-in tournament. Not the play-in, the mid-season.
Mm.
Like, if your team... that would make sense because it'd be the conference. I was gonna say somehow make one of the meaningless things make the other meaning. Like, you know what I mean? Like like wind them somehow.
Yeah.
I don't know how it works.
There's like right, but that's like tied in the actual real material stakes with how the season progresses. Like if players have real invested interest in the in-season tournament, because the wins count towards their record. Like okay, then let's make this other thing that could potentially impact that. Although not too much, it's not too much of tinkering with the integrity of the season.
What if you if you give your team one ping pong ball for the fucking lottery?
I was gonna say, especially with the tanking stuff going on, there's things you could maybe talk yourself. Now we're getting wacky.
The Spurs just send no fucking Victor Wembanyama every fucking year for the 1v1 tournament and be like, hey, just go win every fucking year, please, so we can get another fucking alien on the team.
Yeah.
Maybe if you win the in-season tournament, you're guaranteed 3 All-Star players because that is monetary value as well. Your franchise is guaranteed 3, and you'd have to be a good team to win it anyway. It's not like they wouldn't deserve it. Like what team has ever won?
The Lakers, the Bucks.
I mean,
the Knicks.
Could you give me 3 All-Stars from the Bucks last year?
Well, that's the thing. They'd be a good reward then, because they wouldn't get 3 regardless.
But what about the fans? I don't want to watch Kyle Kuzma in an All-Star game. Like,
there's no way they'd send him. It'd be like Bobby Portis,
that's like the third best player from the team that won.
Ryan Rollins. Oh yeah, true.
Yeah, I mean,
it's like Dame was technically Kuzma, still there. Or I get Kawhi Leonard in the fucking All-Star game. Oh fuck, I get Kyle Kuzma because they won the mid-season tournament.
Then he'd just be sitting on the bench.
It would just hurt the fans at that point. Fuck them.
Miles Turner's only time being an All-Star. Although he wasn't on the team last year, but you get it.
Maybe we get better teams in the mid-season tournament, though. if that is the stake.
I mean, everything should, because those games count towards your record.
And
in theory, there's already there's invested.
I think everybody on the winning team gets $500,000, something like that too.
Something. It's a lot. It is a decent bit.
Yeah. So there's ultimately we're in on the 1v1 tourney, and there's not really too steep of a price in terms of prize. I don't think. We'll see. This was a success for the NBA, and a lot of positive capital coming off of that. Something that's not positive capital, a guy who continuously shoots himself in the foot, Kevin Durant. Burner, the Kevin Durant files, or the Durant files, I believe they're calling them, linked to another burner that's been trashing his Rockets teammates. Jabari Smith Jr., primarily one of them.
Sengun too.
Yeah, Sengun.
Yeah, give me what you got, the facts. What did I miss with this?
I mean, it's all seems like hearsay to me so far. I don't think this has been like solid, like that's him. But I mean, like, if it is him, and it does come out that that's him, like, I don't know if anybody would want them on their team.
I mean, it's regardless. Almost at this point, it's like it's so believable almost that it's in so many people think it, and it's, you know what I mean. It's like almost like he's kind of built this reputation to even have this in his bag. So it's almost like it's going to become reality regardless, because who's going to truly know if it was him, and if we even get some sort of investigation. But it's the fact that he's even built up a reputation to be able to do this is almost as hurtful as any of it, the truth, honestly.
Yeah, and it's his own fault. Kevin Durant is like, he's not endeared himself to many people. And if this is really him, then this is just another example of how he's just maybe a total head case. Yeah. And the Rockets are probably doomed in this endeavor in terms of winning a championship with him. Just be a really bad look. The thing is, I think that's the ultimate point, Jacob, is that he's done, his reputation precedes him, whether or not he did it. This instance, he's done it in the past, and it's just going to be a matter of if his teammates, if his coach, if the fans in Houston believe that this is him and start souring on him. Then it can be another situation where you find yourself in Phoenix 2.0.
Yeah.
And then at that point, who is really going to want to take a big swing on a guy, 38-year-old Kevin Durant, who's still a hell of a ball player, but has shredded every single team he's been on besides one.
And it can be going well too. Like their team's doing well. It can still be fucking maybe possibly exploding the locker room. Like, it doesn't even have to be like a shitty situation. So that would be extremely rough.
They're doing well. They're in 4th place in the West, but I think we've seen it this year. I don't think they have it.
Not a championship. Doesn't seem like championship. Yeah, they seem like a good regular season team, but
there's also, like, I feel like there's maybe one too many head cases in the locker room. Like, Sengun melts down very poorly. Ime's prone to, blowing shit up in his own face, and in other people's faces.
Yeah, we know about that,
folks. It just seems like there's maybe one too many personalities in that locker room and not enough buy-in. And the team falls to shit a lot. And they just don't have what it takes to beat the 3 teams in front of them.
Yeah. And KD is supposed to be the vet that does that. KD is supposed to be the vet that's like, I've won a championship. Let's fucking get it together, young guys. Very young team. But he's like doing the opposite. He's like, fuck everything that's going on while he's texting during the meetings and shit. It's tough.
Yeah. I just don't get it. Like talking shit about your teammates is one thing. Like, why are you? If it's true, like, why are you getting a burner to do it? Like. Go home, call your mom, and be like, "Hey, mom, like, this guy stinks. I don't like this guy." And then, like, that's it, because your mom's not gonna rat you out. Like, why you got a burner to talk shit about your teammates? Like,
well, I think it's more like if he says it into a public space, maybe it can pick up traction to the point where he can influence it. He can make player personnel decisions via a fucking Twitter account, like LeBron when he unfollows X player at the deadline. It's like, maybe he can try. Maybe he thinks he has influence that way. Other than that, I don't know. It's probably mental illness. Like,
he's clearly addicted to his phone. So.
It's tough. I don't know. It's like some of the stuff he was saying was like damning too. It wasn't even like, oh, this guy, like, I really wish he would stop shooting so many threes, or like, I wish this guy would get more rebounds. It was like, dude, like you were like slandering people with like words that I don't say.
Yeah,
like
in Spain, like
What are you
fuck it.
talking about? We literally do this every single podcast.
do what?
People don't get enough rebounds. That's damning.
No,
You
I'm
said
saying
that
he's
about
not
Triple
saying
J's whole career.
I'm saying he's not saying those things. I'm saying like he's like saying things like, oh, fucking Steph can't be held accountable, like in like the meetings, like fucking Devin Booker. It's Devin Booker's team when we win. It's my team when we lose. Like calling Steph and Devin Booker Stalin and Mussolini or whatever the fuck he said.
Oh,
Like shit like that. It's like he called Jabari like an R slur. Like it's like this
Yeah.
is not.
oh,
Like these
wow.
are
Okay.
things that are like way above. Like, hey, I wish like Jaren Jackson would get more than 5 rebounds a game. Like this is.
It's ad hominem attacks.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's not great.
It's like he's like critiquing their personal side and how it affects the on-court play in a way. Like almost every
These are
angle is
things-
almost like that. He's like saying
these are
game's so
things they
fucking
do-
stupid, so we're screwed.
Yeah, like these are things that you do like in your own personal home with your friends, like in the off season, or like don't text this to people. Don't be on Twitter talking about this on a burner. Like
That's why I have a hard time believing this is actually him. But regardless, he's been caught doing this before. So
he said, he kept his burners after last time too. So
then maybe it is him. And if that's the case, then like Kevin Durant continues to be mentally ill online and tears another team down.
which
Yeah,
is
and
gonna
it's-
be so weird to talk about with his legacy too, if this is true. Like
I mean,
He's-
it's not the
he's
worst,
spoiled
right?
it.
There's way worse legacies to have in the NBA for sure. But in terms of all time greats,
that's
this
what
might be the worst one.
no. Karl Malone's probably worse.
Oh, Jesus!
Well, he's so redacted
for
that you don't
sure.
even think about him.
Yeah, I don't even think about it. It's just
Um,
ex-player led the all-time scorers list until LeBron broke it.
He has some fucking crazy records. It really sucks. But KD. It's like, I mean, it's obviously he's had an amazing career, but you think of what if he was just a better like teammate and leader, because he's so supremely top 10 skilled player ever, but not top 10 resume, which is a crime.
And that's I don't know. Maybe I'm speaking too out of touch, and I don't know anything what's going on with Kevin Durant. Don't know anything but like maybe with people who are mentally ill and like unchecked because of whatever reason. Like Kevin Durant's unchecked because he's been maybe the best scorer to ever play the game of basketball, and he wins. Like he's won a lot of games, not a lot of championships, but he's won. That maybe he just keeps getting away with his mental illness, but you can only get away with stuff for so long before it starts building up to the point where there's no return, and then there's a come to Jesus moment crisis and he might not have that yet. Which who knows if he'll ever get it, but ultimately we'll see it in the long term with his career being like, this guy, it'll be pretty confusing. Why didn't he win more? Like everything else about this guy is like, he should be in the top maybe 5 all time with how he was, like his gameplay, his accolades, all that, sheer winning percentage. And it's like, no, he only won 2 rings, and he had to go to a team that beat his ass before, and a stacked team. I don't know.
It's
I mean,
tough.
He's gonna have a tough career.
Is Kevin Durant Twitter Draymond Green?
No, because I think Draymond's genuinely beloved by his guys, besides Jordan Poole.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, like, this guy goes unchecked for so long until like becomes a problem. Like that's what's going on with Draymond Green. He went unchecked for so long until he decided to cold clock his teammate, and now and get kicked out of finals games and shit like that. Like
I only think Draymond has one time in terms of career, like resumes, has only ever been so unruly once, and that was when he kicked LeBron in the nuts and basically lost them the finals with that move. That was like the one black mark on his, I think, is for sure a Hall of Fame career. Like for what you say about Kevin, Draymond has 4 rings with 2 with Kevin, 2 without him. Like he's not nearly the player of Kevin Durant, but his guys love him. He's stuck on this team his whole career, and he's won a lot and been up and down throughout the entire ride. But he's always been him, and I think a lot of players love him.
Yeah.
Because I don't think he's that like I don't think he's that like that off the floor. You know what I'm saying? Kevin Durant might be like this on and off the floor, which is kind of the issue.
Kevin Durant might disagree with you that he's not like that off the court because Draymond is the reason why Kevin Durant left. So
The one thing is, though, I think people prefer.
Whose side are you taking on that one?
I mean,
that's true.
Hey, do I want to get poked in the eye or kicked in the balls? Like, which one do I want here? They both suck.
Well, I'll tell you which guy won in the decision. Draymond, like handedly.
Yeah. It's people.
And the
I
Warriors.
think people prefer like out loud assholes over snakes, though. That's for sure. Snakes. I feel like you'd rather someone be an asshole to your face than be like thinking like. Then you see Kevin Durant on his phone. It's like, is he fucking talking shit about me?
Draymond's still very almost like kind of fun to watch. Like I know it must get tiresome, like when you have genuine rooting interest for the guy, but watching him just like beat Draymond on the floor. And like
it's funny.
the way that impacts the game is like it's fucking hilarious. Like his personality has a genuine impact on how the game is reffed and played. Like Kevin Durant is like he's a silent assassin on the floor every single time.
Yeah.
But off the floor he's
loud,
wrecking,
I guess.
He's a home wrecker. Yeah.
No, it's funny too. All these other stars, you couldn't even really conceive it because you'd be like Steph, like he's not like on his phone enough to do that. But literally every time you see KD, he's on his phone, so it's like yeah, he does have time to do this shit.
He's on his phone a lot. He's like atting guys like me on Twitter, like directly clapping back at them, and it's like sometimes it's funny, but other times it's like, dude, you really don't have that much. Like you don't have anything to do.
Yeah,
like, dude, what the fuck? Yeah, that's crazy. I don't even go on X that much. I literally only go on during NBA nights, basically.
No, he has like chain arguments where he like replies like 8 times to a random guy. It's like I would never even do that. Like, what the heck's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. It's an interesting story. We'll see how it plays out here as the season goes along. If the Rockets fall to pieces, where would you see Kevin? Do you think he stays?
Depends if anybody else will take him.
I imagine somebody.
Yeah,
I mean, the Kings are licking their fucking chops, dude. He'd be the best player they've had ever, like ever. Still,
at this point in his career, I don't know.
He's better than Chris Webber was for them.
I don't know if he's better than Boogie Cousins was for him at this point in his career.
That's crazy. I don't think Boogie Cousins may never have averaged 27 points in the season, and I think that's what Katie's averaging this year.
Yeah, Boogie was also getting you like 12 boards a game, 5 assists. So
Kevin Durant doesn't have to rebound that much on his team.
I'm just saying
he ain't never shot the ball like Kevin Durant.
I'm just saying at this point in their careers, I think that prime Boogie, I think, was better than, and prime Chris Webber, I think, too, was better than Kevin Durant at this point in his career.
Nope. Disagree. But we'll never know. Either way, probably done with if the Rock, like, how does the Rocket season play out where this doesn't end poorly? Like, obviously they win the championship, that everything's fine. Let's go back to run it again. But realistically, what's the best case scenario for them? Because I don't think they're winning.
They have to win a couple rounds because it would just be if you compare it to last year, it wouldn't be like because they had a high seed last year and lost pretty early, so like they have to at least make it to the semis.
I mean, you got to get some of these young guys some more run in the playoffs too. Like if you're not going to win the finals, you at least got to get like something out of it. Where like these guys got to get some experience. You know, see how teams are going to guard these guys in the playoffs, and like, hey, here's what you can do next time if this happens. When they guard you this way, you can use this to your advantage or whatever. Like, as if this comes out that this is actually Kevin Durant's burner and everything like that, and like they don't win the finals, then it's like, all right, then Kevin Durant's getting shipped off to wherever. Like you just cannot have him on that team anymore.
How is it going to come out though?
I don't know.
Like, how would we know?
That's where we would never know unless
a player says it later on.
Like you sent this guy a picture on like the fucking on the Twitter DMs of like him with the newspaper from that fucking day or something like that, proving that it was him. Like that's about it. Like,
yeah, I don't know if we're gonna get any more details of the story, and ultimately, I don't think it matters, because we're here now.
Well, if Kevin asks out after this year, then we're gonna know that was probably.
Why would he ask out? What the fuck? That'd be crazy.
I'll just say if they stink it up in the playoffs or something like that, and he asks out, then we're gonna know that like. Twitter detectives are gonna go crazy going back to every time that he ever spoke to fucking Jabari or Tari Eason or fucking every time that he ever spoke to Sengun, and we're gonna figure out like whether it was him or not.
Do you think the Rockets would be more apt this offseason? Let's say their first round exit for whatever reason. They play the Timberwolves and the Timberwolves knock them out. Timberwolves are a better team than them right now. I think that's pretty safe to say. But like, would the team, let's say they lose in the first round, would they be more apt to move on from Ime or KD?
I think
And
KD.
which one would you recommend they do?
Depends on how you lose. I think if you lose because like Kevin Durant just is like off and like you just can't get it going against the Timberwolves. They do everything to get the ball out of his hands, and Ime didn't make any adjustments off of that. Then you got to get rid of Ime. Now, if everything went great and then they still lost, then I think you got to get rid of Ime.
You
Yeah.
just said Ime twice, didn't you?
I did say Ime twice. Maybe I don't know if you can get off of Durant unless like some more of this shit comes out.
Yeah, because he's still playing a very crucial. Like he's their best scorer still.
It depends on the locker room too. Like, what are the guys in the locker room thinking? Like, what's the coaching staff thinking? Like, what are the guys that are with him every day? Like, has he apologized for this coming out, even if it wasn't him? Like, all that comes.
He said he believes he did nothing wrong, right? Like, didn't it come out what he said?
I didn't see anything about that, but I mean, like, it all depends on like how he is interacting with the rest of the locker room. Because like, if it's back to like bad body language Durant over here, like, I don't know, like. You can get a haul for him, but you also just gave up so much shit to get him.
Right. Following the Rockets' first practice back from All-Star break, Durant addressed the media. He did not explicitly deny owning the account, but dismissed the rumors entirely. This is a quote. "I know you got to ask these questions, but I'm not here to get into Twitter nonsense." Very funny.
Sure.
My teammates know what it is. We've been locked in the whole season. Locked in? I wouldn't say that. If they were locked in, they'd be better than the 4 seed. They'd be better than the Spurs.
I mean, to be fair to them, they did lose Steve Adams, and that kind of fucked up a lot of their shit. And they've been on a skid since then.
Fair.
Never even had Fred either.
Yeah, they had
Fair
all this year,
but they refused to play Reed.
I mean, that's
that's where your question comes in, where it's like, hey, if they just decide not to play a guy the whole series, and it's like, I don't know.
And that's where I'm at. It's like, which one would you recommend? I guess they do if the season goes poorly, even if if you didn't know how it wound up, like they just get knocked out. The guy who refused to play a point guard when you like legitimately that's the one thing you needed during the crunch time the entire year. But it's also hard to move on from him because he took that group of guys, sans Kevin Durant, to the 2nd seed last year. So it's like,
and our team to the championship.
Yeah, but maybe that guy just doesn't have what it takes to win the championship.
Yeah. No, it's tough. I mean, you get much more back from Durant, that's for sure. You just lose Ime and get nothing. That's one thing.
Well, let's just I guess the in the calculus it'd be like you're out Kevin Durant for basically like chips. Like you're not getting a huge return for him. Or you keep Kevin Durant with this team for another year and you give him like Tom Thibodeau or somebody. Like I don't know, like pick ex-coach. Somebody different than Ime.
I mean, I don't know. Like the problem with Ime is the offensive side of the ball. Like he a little bit got a short end of the stick with Fred VanVleet getting injured so early and them only having Reachable to work with. But you're right; they need to play him. Like you need to play a guard. Like this, it's obviously not working the way you're doing it. So you need to make adjustments. And like we watched him coach, and offense was never his strong suit. Like the team that he coached just had offensive juggernauts on it, so like there was nothing that they could do about it. So many like players, they could play so many different positions, but this team, a lot of the guys on this team are locked into their positions. Like Durant's basically the only guy that can play multiple positions on that team right now, and like they're just not playing guards around him, which is weird.
Whatever Mazzulla did, and I think when you saw that Warriors finals with Ime, it's like the defense was there the whole time. It was the offense really broke down at times. It felt a lot like Jaylen Brown just trying to make it work from the top of the 3-point line, and he just get plucked because it was supposed to be like an isolation bucket. Like nothing was really moving. And I feel like Mazzulla truly revolutionized it with those guys and unlock something with the Jays that like the ball has to keep moving. Not really a ton of isolation buckets. Try and find the open three. Like that's just make sure you're moving the ball and creating space to try and get to the open shot. And I hate to be as simple as that. I'm sure it's way more complex, but it does feel like Mazzulla's sort of revolutionized the offensive issues that we had. Although they did come out against the Knicks last year. So who knows? But regardless, we'll see how it plays out. It's incessantly like traumatic, the story. KD doesn't want to be wrapped up in Twitter drama, but he finds himself wrapped up in Twitter drama again.
Yeah, this is like his side job. What are you talking about?
It's like, dude, you're the most Twitter guy, argument guy, like in the league. Like, what the fuck? It's literally you, dude. Who knows? But that's it for the NBA. Anything from you guys?
No, excited for tomorrow. Sorry for ball.
Yeah, games of the week. Just the first time the ball tips off, I'm watching because I'm itching for it. Moving on to our movie segment. We're in the third week of February. And with that, we're on the third film of the 28 days, weeks, years themed month of films. And with this week, we got 28 Years Later, Part 1, the first one. It's not Part 1 in the title, but it is for continuity purposes, it is Part 1. It came out last year in the summer. I saw it in theaters, loved it. 28 years after the initial outbreak, a young man named Spike navigated a secluded isolationist community in northern England while protecting a pregnant survivor. Their journey... Is that right?
No.
That ain't right.
That's
While protecting
a baby and his mom.
Protecting his mom.
Who got a baby via
who
zombie.
gets a baby midway through. Thanks, ChatGPT, for fucking giving me that. Their journey leads them to a reclusive doctor living within a massive monument of bones where they discover startling new truths about the evolution of the infected. This film takes place 28 years later after the first movie we watched 2 weeks ago. However many years after, 28 weeks later. Written by Alex Garland again, his return to the series since the first film. Directed by Danny Boyle again, who was the director for the first film. Starring Alfie Williams as Spike, Aaron Taylor Johnson as Jamie, Jodie Comer as Isla, Ray Fiennes as Dr. Ian Kelson, and Jack O'Connell as Sir Jimmy Crystal. Guys, what do we think?
I thought that movie had a lot of like Midsummer vibes to it, where you get a lot of brutality, then all of a sudden it would like cut to like them walking through a field of like flowers and like seeing the beauty of that, and then like working its way back around to being brutal again, and then like there's a lot of black and white like transition almost kind of to it. Like it was very, it needed that, because that movie was dark. Like that movie needed some levity to it almost.
I mean, I don't get the levity of the fact that the film is very naturally heavy, but I will say that it's like the location, Northern England, whatever, particularly a beautiful location to film, especially where they were filming it in the woods and the Highlands. Really beautiful choices of like the blue skies of England with like the flowers, like you said, the cliffs and the water. I thought a really smart choice by Boyle to have it set there, and with certain choices for scenes, like when they're running back from the Alpha infected for the first time, and you see the Aurora Borealis in the back, and it's a starry, beautiful night in England at the top of northern England, as they're running away from potentially getting their heads ripped off the shoulders. Yeah, this film it's more focused on the story, more like the first one with like. So the first film, obviously, it's covering the story of the survivors, Cillian Murphy, and the actress, I forget her name. Whatever, but they're in the father and daughter, and their story about surviving the apocalypse. And there's a lot of beauty in the narrative storytelling, a lot of tragedy in it as well. And this story adopts that with really gruesome punches of like balls to the wall brutality in action. Something that the second film that we watched last week lacked, which was like very brief. I mean, punch you in the face, like start, and then like cram as much storytelling as you can, and then just like have it be a fucking zombie, like classical action film the rest of the way. Very well acted. Jacob, what'd you think?
I thought it was great. It was very artsy for a zombie movie, which I thought was amazing. One thing I thought was funny is like one of the better like oh shit we're here type scenes was the zombies running at them over the hill. I was like, if it's a 28 movie, there's gonna be a really good hill shot of the zombies. That first like whole alpha like pointing at them and sprinting was just a very effective scene, but it had to do with the environment. It's funny to be like, wow, there's so many damn hills, but yeah, that's just how Northern England is. It makes sense, and that would add a lot of fear to like this sort of situation to not be able to see like over the next hill ever. Basically, it's pretty spooky. It's good for the viewer too, honestly.
Yeah, I mean, I think that scene was intentionally put in there to remind you of that first scene from the film we watched 28 weeks later. Like that first scene in that film is exceptional for a zombie movie, because of everything you said. It's horrifying. It's creepy. You can't see what's coming over the hill. You just see what's on the hill and coming at you, and they're running at you quick, and it's like it's very well done. But there were some choices made that were interesting with the cameras, like the kills. What did you guys think about like? So how they filmed it was interesting. They obviously this budget was huge, and they didn't use the stupid Sony cameras they used from the first one. They made it seem all gray. This one's very high tech, very top of the line filmmaking equipment. So when they kill a zombie at the beginning, when it's Spike and his dad in the woods on their first hunt, they're shooting arrows, and when the arrow impacts the zombie, it does like a panoramic shot almost around like the head of the zombie, and it's almost like an instant action replay that you get from like a sporting event. Very interesting choice. I like that a lot, and they put these cameras all around like the zombie actors for this, so there's like a big like rig wrapped around the zombies as they're getting killed in the movie. So an interesting choice, and I liked it a lot. They sort of don't stick with it in the next film, but that's whatever.
It was fresh. Like I feel like if that was like an oversaturated like play, especially in zombie, like I feel like most zombie movies and horror in general like to they're more gritty than that. So it almost was kind of refreshing with how it was sort of jumpy at times with the killing, but at the same time, like what the movie we were just watching, it was kind of a nice change to have it like I'm kind of glad it might change up in the next movie. I thought it was good though, but yeah, say if like every zombie movie was edited that way, I might get sick of it. But it was very fresh to me.
Yeah, it breaks away from the immediate intensity of like the action scene that's going on. I'd much rather a one-shotter film of a zombie chase than like ones with like brief punctuations of action replay shots. I think if the whole film ended up being that, it'd be a little cumbersome in terms of watching a film, but of this type. But there's some things I loved about this movie. One, the interesting relationship Boyle has with how he wanted to make this film about England's isolationist like history and Brexit, and how Brexit ties into it all, like how England is cordoned off from the rest of the world around it. Like apparently the zombies that made it to mainland Europe got beaten back, and now the entirety of the EU has cordoned off the island of Great Britain as the infected zone, and they patrol the waters so nobody can escape. There's a Swedish soldier who's there is on the boat that gets damaged or whatever. They have to find his way on the island.
Fucking bad too. Like, dude, there's like fucking 10 zombies behind you. You all have fully automatic assault rifles, and you have them in like a fucking spillway where like they're all just lined up for you, and you don't just like turn around and shoot them. Like, I don't.
Well, there was an alpha there too, so.
Oh, that was at the end after they ran away from all the other ones. They got trapped in the thing. But like, dude, all you had to do was like just turn around and like. So it's a shooting, so like
yeah, because that scene starts out. There's like legitimately 8 soldiers there running like with your guns, and I think you probably if you have 8 maybe they weren't well stocked in terms of ammo. I don't know.
They're not very well trained either, apparently.
But you see it. You see this kid Eric. He's like this fucking 19-year-old guy from Sweden, like kid. He maybe isn't the most well-trained soldier. We don't really know what happened in Europe after the zombie virus got there. Maybe it decimated a lot of it, but they somehow fought it back. We don't know. I think maybe what you're supposed to take away from that, if you wanted to analyze it, is that these soldiers are not the best.
And
like,
they're not shitting themselves too. Like
yeah. I mean, it's generally a horrific thing. Like I don't know how well I'd hold up if 15 zombies are sprinting at me with like trying to kill me, maybe my aim wouldn't be great. You know,
Eric almost like, I think that was his name or something, whatever his name was. He almost
Eric.
he almost made it seem like when he got there, he's like, so this really is how it is. Like, it's almost seemed like it was like a myth, like a scary boogeyman myth to a lot of these soldiers, like how bad and scary it is. So these guys really, I just don't think that they must, yeah, like you're saying, they must all just been Eric types and just been like literally so green, and they're just like they're only there because their boat crashed. Like they weren't sent in as some special op team, like just some Coast Guard maybe, and they're just like, holy shit, like now we're in like the scariest environment ever. You're right, like they should have just mowed them down, but I think you're supposed to just be like, yeah, they're too scared.
But also, Eric's like stupid. Like he's like
Yeah.
a dumb guy.
Oh,
So
yeah.
maybe they're not be able to, because he's just like my buddy. He's an Uber Eats driver and he makes bank. And he's like, much better than this. Which obviously, dude, like you're gonna die in the zombie apocalypse. There's many things better than that, including driving Uber Eats. But like that ain't it. Like that, his life's probably not the greatest, dude, because he's doing that and you're here.
That scene
And
where
he's dating like this, like
Yeah, that
the
was
model
just-
with the lip filler.
I was gonna say that
What's
was
wrong
so
with the
funny.
face?
Yeah, that was so funny when Spike was just roasting her because he just doesn't know a concept of surgery. He's like, "What the fuck?" He's like,
That very much feels like Danny Boyle being like, "You kids, I don't get you kids."
Yeah,
because
yeah.
he's like an older British guy. He's like, "Well, I don't get this trend. This is fucking stupid."
What were you
He's
saying?
like, "It
about
looks like she got stung by bees."
the shellfish allergy. Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
he said Danny Boyle was doing something about Brexit with this, and like it was a commentation on Brexit.
Yeah, I mean, it's meant to. There's not a direct one-to-one translation, right? Brexit was an economic maneuver for Britain in real life with severe consequences, but like this is supposed to elicit the fact that Britain is on its own now. Like nobody in the EU is coming to save you. They're just here to make sure you stay there, and not, go to them and in theory, infect them. I don't know what his exact politics on the matter are. I haven't listened. I imagine he's anti. I believe he's anti because the next director's Nia DaCoste. So, and I think she's American. So, yeah. And he used the Mexican guy for the last one. So I think he's very much globalist. Danny Boyle, the globalist fiend. Yeah, and the Lens fan community is meant to represent a regressive society clinging on to nostalgic myths and misremembered past. Like after they come back after the first raid, and it's like a complete nightmare because the kid's 13 or whatever and shit in his pants because there's zombies. He's not even firing arrows. His dad comes in and just tells like the lie about how he killed 20 of them or whatever. And he's like, "Dad, that's not how it went. Like, why are we lying? Like, this is horrible." And I think it's meant to be like, these guys are trying to hold on to a past that never was.
Yeah,
And I think that's probably where he lands on with Brexit, being like, when Britain was independent, it wasn't all that. This wasn't great. Like,
yeah.
So
Also, I feel like the dad was going out to kill zombies just to like get his rage out, and like it seemed like he was just enjoying killing them so much, and like he wasn't even worried about his son's feelings after he killed the first one. Or like he was like, "Oh, great job, you killed him." Like, "Oh yeah, you just gotta shoot that fucker now." It's like, yeah, it was.
I thought he was actually doing a pretty good job being like, "Listen, head and heart, son. Like, you know what to do. You can do it." Like,
Sure, yeah.
I thought he was there being a good dad for him.
After he killed the first one, like the kid was clearly a little bit like shaken by it because like you kid's 12, like you just killed like what looks like another human being that's like morphed into something else. Like you should have maybe taken a minute and been like, "Hey, let's go back now." Like you killed one of them. Like we'll go out and try it again next week or something. You know what I mean? Like,
yeah, I kind of wish we got a little bit more of like the characters fleshed out. There's so many characters introduced in this film; it's kind of hard to keep track of them all. I really wish Aaron Taylor Johnson's character seems to be sort of not the best written. Like why is Alfie going out there? Or I'm sorry, I keep calling him by his real name. Spike going out there when he's 12. Like who's forcing this? Everybody in the town seems to be like anti this. Like even the owners are like, he's too young. I don't really know if we should do this. And it's like, he's fine. Like, why is he pushing so hard for him? He knows how awful it is out there. Like, I imagine as a dad, you'd want your kid to be safe and away where he is. So his character's a bit underserviced in the plot. But I liked his performance. I thought he was good for what it was.
unbelievable.
He's not in the film a lot.
But when he's
That's
in
sort
it,
of a misnomer.
you remember him when he's in it though. Like every scene that he's in, you remember.
Yeah. No, the scenes I loved. The Rudyard Kipling when Spike and the dad, Aaron Taylor Johnson, go out for the first time, and it's like they did that in the advertisement. That poem or whatever by Rudyard Kipling is fucking like so creepy. It's genuinely creepy. And it's designed. I mean, the USA/CIA used it as a device to torture people during the war on terror. They would just play that on blast on repeat for days for people
I
to
could
break them.
see that fucking somebody's brain up pretty good. It's fucking my brain up when I heard it once.
And then like all the cuts to like the movies of British soldiers like firing arrows, sort of like this great pride moment. It's not because in practicality, it's not what it is. What other scenes did I love?
I really liked when they were walking the spillway, or not the spillway, the path to get in and out of
Yeah.
the
No, it's a spillway. I think that's
Yeah.
exactly right.
yeah, it was I thought that was absolutely beautiful, like the way that was shot, and like the
When they're getting chased by the Alpha.
that was beautiful. And even when they were just walking out there the first time, like they're showing the beauty of it, and like they get over the hill, they show the beauty of everything, and then all of a sudden like you're right into like, oh, there's a guy one of those fucking low and slow ones, like
Yeah.
disgusting, absolutely. Ugh.
I would be that zombie in the apocalypse. I realize that now.
Oh, for sure.
Unfortunately, I just
none
fit
of
the
us are
build.
alphas. Like, none of us have fucking big dick swinging alphas over here.
Yeah, you have to be
Jacob
like
might.
you have to be like 6'8".
You might just be the regular type alpha, or regular type zombie with his donger hanging out. Me, I'm the fat slug just eating worms and
Jacob might be the
shoestrings.
dad from the fucking second one. Just like smarter
Yeah,
than we
true.
be for some fucking reason, and like way faster. Like we don't know why.
The alphas are smarter than people. I think this is sort of like they sort of went back to explain it by writing the alpha characters and the evolution of the virus, of why that dad was so smart. Because other than that, it makes no sense. They also don't starve after 5 weeks because we're here 28 years later.
Yeah, you got ones
Yeah.
that fucking worms and shit out of the ground. Like they find a way.
And they eat deer. Like it shows them eating the deer.
Oh, it's fish. They eat a fish at the end too.
Yeah, it's like the coming and going from the spillway. The opening scene with the Teletubbies genuinely frightening. Like horrible, horrific stuff. Really good start to the movie, and then going into the church where the dad's going like nuts. That's a great opening.
Yeah, it was
scene.
crazy.
And then that like cheerful like thumping song that's playing at the end as the kid's running away, and all you see as it fades to black is like the gold cross angling. You'll see that obviously that's Jimmy character. As a youth, he grows up and he plays a much more prominent role at the end of the film and in the next film. So he's a very interesting character. The Bone Temple scene. That's the only others. That scene makes me cry. Hits me right in the spot. It's a beautiful scene. Start with Jodie Comer and Spike and Ralph. Don't call me Ralph. Ray Fiennes as Dr. Kelson. Really, really sad. Just really sad stuff. Beautifully written. Memento mori is what you're supposed to walk away. Remember that even in the zombie apocalypse, things such as death deserves to be like some dignity and respect given to it. And that's what Kelson's character does.
Mm-hmm.
He gives Eric, even though he ends pretty brutally by getting his head ripped out of his body and his spinal cord by the Alpha, he gives him a funeral that's better than what he would have got, which is being eaten alive.
No, I
I really love the Kelson character.
Yeah, he it's a very dark movie, but he kind of somehow made it lighter in his Bone Temple, which is insane because just how good he was about talking to this kid about his mom's condition, and he's just how great he was explaining it all, and then like the ending of him climbing, and yeah, he was such a good character that he transformed like probably could have been like the darkest ending ever into like something very meaningful and positive in a way.
Yeah, his whole thing is the beauty around the fact that death is a thing. Like we're all gonna experience it. Like death, there's beauty in death. Like even though it's the end. And Kelson's character, he's a GP, right? That's what his story is. He's a general practitioner, doctor before the pandemic, the zombie virus. And he sort of gives, because there's no need for him to be preventative anymore, he gives these people like their final resting place in his bone temple. And yeah, he's very compassionate and caring as he's telling Jodie Comer's character that she has terminal cancer that's eating her brain, like she's gonna die. And he deals with the kid, and he realizes that the kid's like, he talks to the kid in he makes you feel safe in a zombie apocalypse in a temple full of dead people. It's weird. It's a lot of juxtaposition there.
You could tell,
and Ray Fiennes is excellent.
You can tell he's probably an unbelievable doctor before the everything went on.
Yeah,
like, if he can deal with this at this level, like
you'll see.
He's I thought he did an unbelievable job. Like Jacob said, he brought a levity to that, like the way he spoke and like the kindness and the way he talked. Like it brought levity to a terrible situation that like it really brought that scene to a whole nother level that I don't think it would have made it to without him being such a great actor in that scene, honestly.
Yeah, like that's who I want at my bedside when it's my time to go. Like I want Dr. Kelson to be there and comfort me because I feel comfortable with that. He's very something about Ray Fiennes' facial features. His face acting's great. His compassion is excellent, and yeah, I think the films genuinely very much benefit from him being in these films. His level of like prestige is he earns every second of it on the screen here. But yeah,
some brutal scenes in that movie, like the birth and the fucking and that was unbelievable,
hardcore. But also the fucking alpha, a lot of dicks in this film, just straight up, a lot of dongs and big dongs. Unfortunately, unfortunately for that actor, not his real penis, because they couldn't have any nudity on the set when Spike character was there because he's a child.
Fair enough. I hope.
A lot of dicks regardless, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, that movie made me feel pretty bad about myself.
Spike letting his mom fucking be like touching the fucking pregnant, like infected person. Like I was like, what are you doing, dude? Like put one through the fucking head, take like.
But it's also the antithesis of like what his dad is preaching. His dad says the line at the beginning of the film, "They have no brain, son. If they have no brain, they have no soul." That's obviously not true here. This is Dr. Kelson's like the complete polar opposite of that belief. Like there might be a way back here because they're not fully gone. They're not these mindless rage monsters.
That's why he doesn't kill the fucking big ones. That's why he doesn't like kill them. Is that what that was?
You'll see it. You'll see it. What happens? I'm not going to spoil anything, but he's studying them. Well, for sure.
He named one of them. He said he's been living there for Samson. He said he's been living there for 3 years, and he's like,
and he has the concoction to make him chill out with the opiates.
Fucking wild.
Yep. And so yeah, I think it puts directly on trial the dad's thoughts of like we're safe on the island. This island's great. It's Britain. It's what it's supposed to be. Like there's. It goes towards like the myths that you're taught growing up, and I think this is directly a commentary about the myths that Danny Boyle probably heard about how great Britain was before it joined the EU or whatever the current phase Britain is in now. It's not. So,
and the dad being like that Kelson guy's like a demon, the worst thing ever. I saw him burning people. It's like, oh well, it turns out he's just doing the most beautiful thing ever, just trying to give everyone a burial in the whole world, in the whole land.
For somebody you thought was a literal like demon, he's doing the most humane thing. He's burying the dead people. He's giving them a final like their peace. In a time where there's no such thing as like you get your just deserves at the end. You literally get eaten alive. And thrown up in a tree or whatever the fuck, brutality that's waiting for you out there.
Yeah, the dad was very close-minded in that, and like just running away from all of his fucking problems basically in that fucking island and like cheating on his fucking dying wife.
Tough. That's tough because his wife's obviously not there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's also part of why I think Alfie Spike has to go through his own process of realizing that his mom's not there anymore. She's never coming back. And his story is obviously more protracted throughout the course of the film. The father's is more like he's already done, moved on. He's very much like I tell you what, in a zombie apocalypse, there's nobody I want more on my corner than Aaron Taylor Johnson. That motherfucker is ice cold. Like, he's an excellent zombie killer. He's a great everything, whatever, everything to get you through a day in the zombie apocalypse. That guy has, but morally, ethically, it's warped him a bit. So he's like more of an antagonist in the film than a protagonist like Kelson.
The one thing I was thinking about when they were explaining the cancer to the kid, that this kid has no fucking idea about any of that. Like, he's grown up on an island where there's nothing. Like, there's no internet, there's no phones, there's nobody probably ever taught him about cancer and what that was. And like him finding that out for the first time, that, oh yeah, your mom's sick and there's nothing that we can do. Like, his dad probably knew. Like, his dad's probably was like you said, he's already moved on. He probably already knew, like, hey, there's nothing they can do for my wife. Like, whatever it is, like, there's nothing.
Well, how old was the dad when he was first brought into, like, when the zombie he was probably pretty young. He's probably like Alfie's age when the zombie virus first broke out.
Yeah, but he probably had some semblance of a knowledge, like, hey, what's cancer? What's this? What's that? Like, we don't know if Alfie had any of that, and like, or Spike, I should say, but it's
well, the thing is that they don't have anything to diagnose it. There's no way to diagnose what's going on with her, so you can make an assumption to whatever it is, but she obviously wasn't there.
He doesn't, like, Spike has no idea what cancer even is. Like, you could tell him asking the doctor, oh, I can go to the hospital, get the good stuff, like, we get the good meds. Like, no, like, there is nothing to do about it. Everything that you just worked for to get your mother here, and like everything you've gone through and everything like that, is for her to die here. So it's like kind of taking her to her final resting place, which is a beautiful way to look at it. Like, he took her to a beautiful place for her to die.
And that's the emotional point of the film, is that, like, we're all fighting against, like, the end, like, every single way, like, but Kelson's there to remind you that there is no winning in this in the long run, and at the very end, you want dignity and respect, and you want to make it as nice as possible. You don't want it to be like the worst time ever, like getting eaten and ripped alive. But also the story of, like, just straight up, the son, he would do anything. He would risk his own life. He would go into the zombie apocalypse with his mom, who can't do anything because she's sick, as a 12-year-old, and risk it to save her. But there's no saving. At the end, you're not going to be able to save everybody. And that sort of emotional twist at that point, especially considering I lost my dog recently, like, don't have to do too much imagining to anybody you love that you've lost, that you have that feeling like, what could I have done something? No, there's nothing you could have done differently. It's just how it is, and it needs to be treated as such.
And he was also infecting the fuck out of that river too. Like, anybody that's downstream trying to drink that fucking water, like, sorry, you're getting fucking dead people guts.
Well, yeah, I don't. You can't just drink. You just can't drink the lake water, dude.
They were giving it to the baby at one point.
The baby's like, maybe it's already a zombie. I don't know.
Yeah, no, I think there's crazy.
There's 1,000,001 problems in a zombie apocalypse, Steve. I think that's probably like number 1,002.
I'm just saying, it was downriver. Like, sorry, like, you were just drinking some nasty right there.
That's what got the Walking Dead crew for a whole season. Do you remember that season, the prison season?
Lake water?
No, they just, like, they found out there were zombies in, like, the water supply, and everyone was just, like, dying the whole season in the prison. They didn't know why, and figured out that there's just
yeah, I kind of remember that. Yeah.
That's like, this is right before I checked out on the series forever. When is that the season where, spoiler alert, Glenn dies?
No, it's before that.
It's like the second season is the prison season. Like, Glenn dies like the fourth season or something like that.
The guy with the eye patch.
Fucking put Rick on the fucking helicopter, and the lady, like, fucking kidnapped him on the helicopter, and then I was like, all right, I'm not watching this anymore. This is getting too crazy. Like,
you got far, dude. That's like the end, basically. That's like season 8 or 9.
I got pretty far, and then I was like, yeah, no.
I tried rewatching The Walking Dead like last week, and I couldn't quite get through it. So I decided to watch Ozark.
This is like a terrible time to fucking try and rewatch The Walking Dead. It's like you were watching some of the best zombie movies ever made, and we're gonna watch an AMC fucking zombie TV show. Like,
hey, AMC makes great TV, and I think The Walking Dead is, for what it is, it has to be a relatively good show, just because of the sheer amount of fucking content it has produced in the past 15 years. It's just
a moment in time,
Something's there.
it was crazy. It was like it was making more money than Breaking Bad. It was that
like,
crazy.
The shit printed money for a while. One more thing I do want to touch on before we wrap. What did you think of the end? Like the exact end of the film. What did you think about that?
Can't wait to see where it goes. Can't wait to see where it goes in the next movie, because what the fuck?
Yeah, it was like we got the Teletubbies returning. Basically, like they all had the same colors on and everything. That was a moment of levity that I felt like you kind of needed at the end, because it was kind of funny. It was kind of like over the top, looked like a fucking old Power Rangers fucking. Well, he had a Power Ranger at one point in the movie too, right? He
It's
left.
Teletubbies.
Well, no, like he had a Power Ranger, and before he left to go onto the mainland for the first time, he was gonna put in his bat in his.
Oh yeah.
And if you watch like the way they do flips into the fucking scene and everything like that, it's very 90s style. Like,
I don't want to spoil too much with that character, but his name's Jimmy, right? He has a very unique look. Like his hair's white, blondish, long, and he's wearing tracks. Everybody's wearing tracksuits, albeit multicolored ones. I think that's meant to represent like the Teletubbies. His name's Jimmy Crystal in the film. But that's not his name in the. Is it his name when he in the first scene? What does the father say to him?
I don't know.
I couldn't
Forget.
remember. After I thought the whole movie, the fucking Spike was fucking the kid from there, but then he was calling them the other two, mom and dad. So I was like, oh, never mind, it can't be him.
But the Jimmy Crystal character. So there is a famous British personality throughout, during like I think anywhere between the 60s through the 90s, named Jimmy Savile. He wore tracksuits. He had hair like that. He wore like Adidas kicks. Like he was very much up on the times, but he was an older British man. And he did things with children, like he ran charity organizations.
I thought you
televised.
were else with that.
Well, don't get your hopes up too much, because he was a severe pedophile, and like disowned. And so Jimmy Crystal's character in the film, very much, I mean, directly with the name, has a homage to Jimmy Savile, who is like this, and who is like this. What is the word? Disowned, defamed guy. But this around the time when that guy was a child, he was still popular. Like stuff hadn't come out yet. Like maybe the late 90s, early 2000s. It had to be early 2000s. So like none of the stuff would have came out by that time. So he went into the zombie apocalypse thinking that this guy was a good guy, but obviously we know now in real life that this guy was like a evil predator. Just an interesting tidbit.
Okay.
A guy very prominent, and it'd be like if Mr. Rogers was like a pedophile. Almost.
Okay. That's interesting.
Or if like
Just an interesting
or if
tidbit.
like Bill Cosby, which is what he
Well-
did. Which is what I was just making a joke. Like we do have that.
Yeah.
The equivalent. Like this shit happened before you knew Bill Cosby was a bad guy, and now everybody else knows he's a bad guy, but you wouldn't know if you were on that
Yeah.
island, because you would have just, the last thing you would have seen of him was him
Some
asking
reruns.
fucking if they like pudding pops,
Yeah.
But you guys did see the fact, like everything said, like beware of Jimmy or whatever, right? Like you saw that, right? On
It said
wall,
Jimmy on
and
the infected's chest that was hanging in the fucking thing, and then there was some quote on the side of one of the barns. It was like behold.
yeah, something about it at the end. Yeah,
Like, and then it said Jimmy.
behold him.
So
Just keep that in mind when you're watching the next movie.
Gotcha.
might rewatch specific things to say Jimmy on it.
Well, no, just keep in mind what I told you about Jimmy Savile and Jimmy Crystal and all that. Like, there's a commentary there for sure.
It was very
All harkening back to the fact that he's the director, Danny and Alex Garland are disillusioned with Britain's past, obviously.
Yeah.
I thought it was a good moment of levity almost, though. Like something goofy and fun at the end of the movie to fucking kind of take you out of like the fucking. I could have ended with him putting the skull on top of the.
Yeah, it almost felt like the fitting end, right?
If it ended that way, I would have been happy.
Then this was like a post credit scene.
Yeah.
This was obviously, and I think it was interesting because I think it works, right?
Yeah.
But this was a definitely a way to expand this into like a series of films, which they have done. Obviously, they released a second one, and there's another one that's coming.
There's a third one coming?
And yeah, so it'll be the 5th in the series.
Nice.
And that's what our next movie is. The movie just came out on streaming. 28 years later, Part 2, The Bone Temple, directed by Nia DaCoste. Taking over for Danny Boyle, written by Alex Garland, so he stays on. Released this year, January 16th. It's a 2026. It's a 2026 release. I saw it in theaters. Ray Fiennes returns. Shaq O'Connell returns. Alfie Williams returns. Erin Kellyman and Kai Lewis Perry, who plays Samson. So you have that in mind, and I will just say the movie is a direct continuation of where the story just left off. So don't expect any big time jumps.
Good.
Do we get the father in this next one, or no?
Do you want me to spoil that for you?
No, don't spoil it for me. I just like it
Okay.
during each. It was very enjoyable to watch in that one. And the way it ended, it was like he's gonna go look for his son. I feel like now he knows.
If you IMDb it, you'll be. I wouldn't do that because
IMDb
there's a potential spoiler in there that would really be upsetting.
Oh, Cillian Murphy comes back. I know. I got you.
I didn't say that. Did I say that?
No, you didn't say that. I just said that.
It's not true. I don't know why you would say that.
I'm just making up shit at this point. But it'll be fun. I'm a big Cillian Murphy guy, so I want to see another fucking him waking up naked in another hospital bed for no fucking reason.
This guy rate this out of 5 stars.
Cocks. Like this guy just likes to put cocks in his movies for some reason. I don't know what's up with that. Like,
I don't know. I got nothing for you. We all like a little penis sometimes.
No,
See, rate this out of 5 stars.
I like a big one. I don't like a little one.
My girlfriend likes a little penis every time. 5 stars, Steve.
4 stars.
4.
I
was gonna go 4 too.
I think it's 4. I want to give it 4.5. That Bone Temple scene just sticks with me, and I watched this film now 4 times, more than any other recent film.
If that last 7 or 8 minutes of the movie wasn't there after the Bone Temple scene, would you have bumped it up?
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like I'm with you on that one.
Also, a little bit more well-written, fleshed out characters a bit. I don't know how that comes into play in the story, but I do believe there's some disservice given to some characters. But next one features Dr. Kelson and Spike the most. So obviously Jodie Comer won't make her return. She passed away in this film. So she did great. She was a great actress in the film. Did a great job. I give it 4 stars. I want to give it 4.5, but I'm sticking with 4. Next film, 28 years later, Part 2, The Bone Temple. One more zombie film to round out the month. Black History Month. That's it. That's all I got. What about you?
Ain't nothing else to talk about until the Celtics come back. I mean, Jesus Christ.
Let's go C's. Big West Coast field trip coming up, so let's ride.
That's right, boys. Love you guys.
Feel up, JT.
Yes,
Bye.
go GT.
Feel better, JT. Feel better, JB.